Hello, everybody, and welcome to Harrisonville, Missouri Memorial Stadium on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School. It is MRVC West Championship Friday night. Your 4-4 Harrisonville Wildcats, 4-0 in the MRVC West, take on the 8-0, number 2 ranked Class 3 Odessa Bulldogs, who are 4-0 in the MRVC. Winner tonight takes an outright MRVC title home with them. It is your pregame show brought to you by our friends, as I grab it, Sherwood Community Bank. Our friends at Sherwood Community Bank. Stop in today and set up a checking account and take advantage of free internet banking. So Gary, it's here. You know, it's been a weird season. 4 losses to open the year, 4 conference wins, and now we talked about it when we got into conference season. We had that first game. Excelsior was 4-0, and we said you just got to start one game at a time, and that's what the Cats have done. And they've gotten to 4-4. They've got back to 500, and they've given themselves an opportunity tonight to win a conference championship, something they didn't even do in 2016 when they won the state championship. Yeah, and both teams have earned a right to be here to play in this championship game. Last year, we went over there. It wasn't really what we wanted to see happen, but this year we've got it on our own field this year, and we've got an opportunity to do something that a lot of people, especially after the 4-0 season, or 0-4 start, didn't expect us to be at the end of 9 games. No, you're exactly right, and there's a chance to win a conference title, and anytime you got a championship on the line, it's the stakes are going to go up a little bit, and you're going to be a little bit more fired up for a football game. And there's a lot riding on it. I've kind of beat the drum all year long, and you know what? Maybe I'll be totally wrong. I feel like a little bit of Odessa's success this year is attributed to their first 4 games. They played St. Pius, Holden, Clinton, and Central Academy of Excellence in Kansas City. And out of those 4 teams, they had a combined 8 wins. All season long, 8 wins total. The other teams that they played in the first 4 eight total wins this year. The first 4 games for Harrisonville, those teams have 20 wins. So tells you the difference in the 2 of, strength of schedule. That being said, I'm not trying to take anything away from Odessa. They're obviously a very good football team. They're averaging 40-plus points a game. They've outscored their opponents 456-42. So they know how to win football games, and they put a lot of points on the board. But we'll get into that a little bit more in my keys to the game when we talk about that tonight, what I think the Cats need to do in this. But you know what? These kids have nothing to lose tonight. You know what? They've gotten to 4-4. People wrote them off when they were 0-4, and they're just here to have some fun tonight. Yeah, they are. And, what is that saying that you always say about it's not what happens in September, it's what happens in November, and November's right around the corner. We've got an October game, but then from now on we're playing in November. And so I think we're going to have a good game tonight, I believe, and then be able to take that into conference. Don't know where we're going to, end up in conference, in district. But excited about the play tonight. Well, and you look at the district competition coming up. We were looking at I don't know if you were looking at that with us when they're in that 4-5 line right now. You win tonight, you could possibly pump up to the 4, and you get a home game. If you don't win tonight, you're probably still in that 4-5 game because 6, 7, and 8 are like 1- and 2-win teams. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with district. I like Harrisonville in that 4-5 range right now because if you look at the top 3 in that district right now is Grain Valley is in 2nd, Warrensburg's in 1st, and Grandview's in 3rd. I think Grain Valley probably the best team in the district right now. The way they're playing football, they knocked off Kearney last week, playing good football. Warrensburg a little dinged up. I was talking to one of their coaches. Miles Moore went out in the game against Odessa. They had like 5 turnovers early in that ball game. He said that was the difference in that game. So I think they would like that if that was who they were playing in the semifinal round is Warrensburg, as opposed to driving up to Grain Valley and have to play them. So there's a lot of things that could happen, but still, nevertheless, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and Grain Valley has got a lot of memories for me and my family, as well as just football. It's it's again one of those places you go to and it's just something about it.
There are places like that all over. But, bottom line is you got to go out there, you got to play a football game tonight, and you've got a shot at a conference championship, and that's all you can ask. And we're going to have some fun tonight. So it is senior night. Kids on the field now getting introduced to everybody. And we are going to take a timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
Looking for a new modern-style place for your wedding, one that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today. Buying a house is a full-time job in itself. Why not take the work out of finding your dream home? Go see Carol Looney and her staff at American Heritage Realtors today. Locally owned and members of the community, American Heritage is sure to help you find everything you need in a new home. With insight to local schools, parks, and neighborhoods, they'll match you with everything you want for your dream home. So when the time comes to buy or sell, call American Heritage Realtors at 816-380-6161 or visit them today online at americanheritage-realtors.com.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Dominick with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you are looking for hometown insurance from your hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No! Give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
Buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center, and it's happened to all of us. We buy new tires, and a week later we run over a nail. Good news. Buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well, with a huge assortment of quality used tires. So when the time comes for new tires or a replacement, go to the shop that Harrisonville trusts on South Commercial, a stone's throw from Forged by Fire.
When 14 needs tires, they call Young's. Yes!
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
The where the grammars go, Holland's Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
Insurance doesn't have to be a bad word, especially when all the insurance you need is under one roof. Auto, commercial, life, health, farm, or crop insurance, they have you covered. With a lineup like that, they are sure to be the team covered. So instead of dreading a call to get an insurance quote, call the team that will line up with the best of them. The team at Stafford & Stafford Insurance, located on Commercial across from Holland's Auto Sales.
Event spaces come in all shapes and sizes. Finding the one that is just right can be a hassle. Not anymore. The Dickey Cottage is perfect for those extra large family gatherings, birthday parties, baby showers, and more. With a large kitchen to use, a giant dining room for everyone, and a living room area with a big screen, there is sure to be room for everyone to relax and feel right at home. So the next time you need a venue that is just right, call Sonia at 816-925-0588 and book your date today. The Dickey Cottage, the venue place.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Harrisonville, Missouri. We're on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School, and we are at Memorial Stadium, ready for the MRVC West Conference Championship game between your Harrisonville Wildcats and the Odessa Bulldogs. Cats coming at 4-4 in the year, 4-0 in the MRVC. Odessa 8-0. And 4-0 in the MRVC and ranked number 2 in Class 3. It is your pregame show brought to you by Sherwood Community Bank. Stop in today, set up an account, and take advantage of free internet banking. Well, Gary, it is about that time. I think it's time we start talking about some keys to the game tonight for the Wildcats. Key number 1 for me tonight, one leg at a time. And guess what? Everybody puts their pants on the same way. You got to put them on one leg at a time. You can't come in here and be intimidated by a team that scored over 400 points and outscored their opponents by a count of 42-6 in a game. You can't be intimidated. Number 2 on that part, scores are all on paper. You still got to play the game. I go back to 2016, Harrisonville State Championship game. They play Kearney, a team that beat Platte County twice handily, and we got beat by Platte County 49-0.
We got pummeled by
Platte County. I firmly believe, they're 16, 17-year-old kids. It's easy to be in the mindset of we're just going to go out there and win. They're not that good. I firmly believe part of the reason we won in that football game was the fact that Kearney was not ready for Harrisonville in that game.
Well, that, and really it's all about matchups. I was talking to somebody today about it. You know, certain games where you have certain matchups, like the way Odessa may match up with Warrensburg or Platte County, or Pleasant Hill or Oak Grove, we may match up a different way. So it's all about the matchups on the field, and depending on how we match up with their team is totally different than the scores that you're seeing that Odessa is the teams they played this year. So I look for a good game tonight. We are going to have to play our best ball tonight. I don't think there's any question there. But playing our best ball, we can win this ball game.
Absolutely. Number 2, blitzkrieg. I want to start fast. I'm going to come out. If I can get the ball first, I want to take the ball first, and I want to try to go down the field. I want to try to score. I want to blitz. I want to wrap up. I want to tackle. I don't want to let up. I just want to come at them. You want to punch them in the mouth early, and you want to let them know they're in for a football game. If you can do that, they haven't been in any games in the second half. If you can be in this game the entire first half, maybe even take a lead in a halftime, you change the whole dynamic of both teams.
And how they actually adapt to a second half that they've not had to play all year. So in this particular case, if we go out and we score quickly, I've never been really a big part of that, but there are those games that that maybe make you believe that that's the best way to go as far as come out, take the ball. But if you take the ball, you got to do something with it. And so if we do end up getting the ball first, we need to do something with it the first series.
I'm telling you, and I'm still saying in the back of my head, I just got this feeling we're going to come out in the full spread offense, air raided out early on. Been a lot of run this year. And sometimes coaching staffs, they hide that one for the one game that they want to get over the hump. So we'll see. Nevertheless, key number 3 for me, protect the house. You get them on your home turf tonight. Protect your house. Play for pride. You have no pressure. And the other thing, protect that football. If you get turnovers early, Odessa is going to pounce on you.
Yeah, and talking about protect the house, this could be, I hope it's not, but this could be the last game these seniors play on this field. I mean, depending on what happens tonight as far as the other games. So what I'm saying is you've got to play like this may be the last game that you play on this field. And I know how it feels whenever it's the last of something.
Absolutely. And that's one thing, you look at, we see the band getting ready to come out. That means one thing as we wrap up our keys to the game on the pregame show. That means we are going to have the national anthem. So we're going to send it to Jerry Forschler. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back after the national anthem, and we'll talk about our starting lineups and our coin toss after this.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant, and remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
What is greater than 1? 2! That's right, now Show Me Auto Mall has 2 locations to serve you, one in Harrisonville and the north location in Belton. Chances are, that means the quality of used vehicle you are searching for is going to be at one of their 2 locations. With several financing options available, Show Me Auto Mall will get you in the vehicle you want without breaking the bank. So when it's time to trade that vehicle in, go see the gang at Show Me Auto Mall and let them show you the Show Me difference.
You need multiple things for a project at home, but don't want to go all over the city to find it? You need to go see Tom and Lonnie Cook at the 38,000 square foot Trade Fair Mall. Over 200 booths with Amish-made jelly, new and used furniture, antiques, toys, and a little bit of everything you can think of. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall can be your one stop for everything. Whether it's your first time to Harrisonville or you have been here for years, the Trade Fair is definitely a see-it-to-believe-it type of place, right across the street from Sutherland's.
What is one of your most precious commodities these days? Time. With kids' events, family events, and everything in between, time is precious. So why drive hours and spend an entire day to save $20? Shop local and find your home appliances right in Harrisonville at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. They deliver and can service any issues that can arise. By doing that, you're putting money right back into the community. So stop wasting family time and go see the staff that treats you like their family at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center on Plaza Drive, right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Well, it's football season, so that means cold weather is not far behind. It's time to drive on over to Young's Auto Repair to get your car ready for the winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long. If something else may ail your car, bring it in. Let Young's diagnose the problem, get you back on the road. Young's Auto, across the road from Young's Tire on South Commercial Street.
Everyone needs a kickstart at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So go see the team at Sonic of Harrisonville to kick away those afternoon blues with an ice-cold soda full of caffeine to kickstart that energy. The best part, 2 to 4 p.m. is happy hour, so you can kick away the cobwebs for half price. And while you're at it, don't forget to grab an afternoon snack with some cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers. Also, go to the4ts.com and sign up for the Wildcat Kick Contest. So kick away those afternoon blues and get to Sonic today.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a swing set standoff. And we covered it. July 1st, 2015. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers Insurance, Bradley Sainer, in the A-frame at 1808 North Commercial Street in Harrisonville.
Everybody loves the old-fashioned drive-in. Well, guess what? Susie Q's has opened up in the Old Peculiar Drive-In location, across from the Frog Barn and Peculiar. Go in, get the signature Susie Q, you know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, at the Tenderloin. So next time you think, man, I wish I had an old drive-in, remember, there's one 5 minutes up I-49 in Peculiar at Susie Q's.
Does your lawn need some TLC? Owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats, Held's Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need one roll of sod, one scoop of dirt, or a whole truckload, we have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call at 816-540-2020 and set up a quote for new sod installation. Held's Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
Everybody loves the old-fashioned drive-in. Well, guess what? Susie Q's has opened up in the Old Peculiar Drive-In location, across from the Frog Barn and Peculiar. Go in, get the signature Susie Q, you know, the one that's so big they barely fit in the basket. While you're at it, at the Tenderloin. So next time you think, man, I wish I had an old drive-in, remember, there's one 5 minutes up I-49 in Peculiar at Susie Q's.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair.
We've all been there before, needed to deposit a check in our account but nowhere near our bank. That's where Hawthorne's Bank's mobile banking comes in. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and presto, the check's been deposited. Hawthorne Bank has the big bank convenience with small town roots. So if you want a friendly, quick, and convenient service in a hometown bank, go see our friends at Hawthorne Bank next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
Every team has the same characteristics, including having each other's back. That's the motto the team at Schroeder Chiropractic lives by. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, they got your back. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new in a warm, family-friendly environment. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in bright futures in Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Memorial Stadium on the campus of Harrisonville Middle School. The MRVC West Conference Championship game set to come your way in about 5 minutes or so. Let's take some time and run down our starting lineup for the Wildcats here tonight. We'll talk about the offense. Of course, they'll be led by junior signal caller River Riley, the quarterback. Jace Reynolds and Josh Pesic will be in the backfield. Kennedy Atkinson, Colby Knowles on the outside, along with Andrew Cecil, Bryce Percival, and some Braden Tarwater across the line. You'll have Trevor Campbell, Brody Rogers, Carson Graff, Jacob Poisel, Ethan Murray, Keegan Rowe. Also, Brian Garlock will be in there as well. As we are ready for some football, those starting lineups brought to you by Harrisonville's best lineup for insurance. That's Stafford and Stafford Insurance in Harrisonville. We're awaiting the coin toss coming up in just a couple moments, and we'll get to that. Gary, anything you want to add?
Hey, well, just one thing. I'll shout out to the Crothers family. Obviously, Sean got injured last week. ended up spending some time in the hospital. Not going to talk about medical stuff, but I'm just going to wish him, as we all are from our family up here, and I'm sure all the Wildcat family, wish him a fast and well recovery.
Yeah, me and Ange talked about that a little bit after the game. We got home. Ange had the Carruthers brothers in class when she was still teaching here in 6th grade. So I've gotten to know those boys over the years, and we talked about also them being twins and them being on the side, or him coming over to talk, sit with his brother. And I got a chance to talk to Brent a little bit on Saturday just through text messages, and I said, tell him we're thinking of him. And I said, man, you raised some good boys. I said, they had me. I go, I got to tell you, I was pretty choked up about that. He goes, I'm not going to lie, they had me too. And it just shows, just the brotherhood, not between those two, but of the whole team. Everybody was well-wishing him, and Sean is a great kid. He is hilarious. We rib each other all the time. I told him on Twitter, I said, shout out for successful surgery, and I said, feel free to come up here if you're driving Coach Lockett nuts on the sidelines. Feel free to come up here and chat with us in the press box. And I wouldn't be surprised about 5 minutes into the first quarter we see Sean up here just because.
Well, I was looking for him down there. I don't. There he is. He's sitting on a. Oh, he's got one of those.
He's got a card.
Cards. Yeah. So that's good.
It's awesome to be able to see him down there. So, nevertheless, we are moments away from your MRVC West Conference Championship. I think a lot of people wrote this team off early in the year when they were 0-4 and thought they had no shot at even playing for a conference title. And they've proved a lot of people wrong. And guess what? They got one more game to do it again tonight.
Absolutely. And, we look at every year, and it boils down to they look at records, they look at stats, they look at all this stuff after the first 4 games. And, every year I think it's a big surprise. Well, it's no big surprise to those that have followed Wildcat football over the years. And so in this particular case, it's no surprise that they're playing for a conference, that they're playing for a conference title tonight.
You're exactly right. And, that's just what they, the old adage, some teams just win. It's what they do. They find a way every year. Last year, they were 2-7 going into districts, and they played for a district championship. They got a shot at playing for a district championship this year. They're playing for a conference title. They're 4-4. They played a rough first 4 games. They're finally all healthy. So, this is the second full game we've had with a full team.
Oh, yeah, and last week was the first week that they probably had at least part of a week to play together. So as meshes, as far as handoffs and passes and things like that, it takes a while to get back into the speed and routes of certain things. So I'm looking forward to a good game out of us this evening. You're right, though, we need to start fast.
Got to start fast. That's going to be biggest key to me tonight. Blitzkrieg. That should be our code word for tonight is Blitzkrieg. Is if they can come out and go crazy early, they can set the tone for this ball game. And I've seen it happen before. Saw it happen in the state championship game just 3 short years ago. These guys were on that field. People forget that too. These freshmen were on that field in 2016. So,
well,
they won the toss, and they want the ball first. So the coin toss brought to you by our friends at Hawthorne Bank. Take the extra coin into Hawthorne and start a savings account today. So Odessa must have heard our Blitzkrieg plan, and they wanted to spoil that as they want to go at it. And guess what? That's good for both teams. Odessa wants to try to prove a point early, and the Cats' defense has been playing really well of late. They held Oak Grove in check last week. They would like a shot at this offense, this high-powered 60-plus point-a-game offense of Odessa here in the early going. So Odessa is going to get the ball. Cats are going to go from right to left, or as Gary likes to say, from the south to the north. Odessa will go from the north to the south. Odessa in their away, white tops, white bottoms with the black sleeves, black helmet. Harrisonville in their gray tops with blue numbers, white outline, black pants with the Wildcats down the side of the pants. Blue helmet with numbers on one side, Wildcat on the other side as we get set for action. Odessa back to receive this one.
32 and looks like 6. 32 and 6.
So Ray and Heitman back to return it for the Bulldogs. As we are ready for action. This kickoff brought to you by Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb. Go see Young's Tire and Wheel Center for some new tires. Here comes the Atkinson kick. We kick down to the sideline about the 15-yard line. Going to be taken up to about the 25 to the 30, and down the sideline he goes past the 40 and leveled out of bounds at about the 45. So short field for the Bulldogs.
Well, and that is one thing we had problems with early on in the season was tackling. You know, you get people around, you get hands on, but you don't bring them down. And there were some missed tackles there at the very beginning where the initial contact.
Melizzi is going to be the running back to watch, number 44 for the Bulldogs. Myron been a signal caller for Odessa since his sophomore year, a 3-year starter for the Bulldogs. They're going to go in the pistol formation. Wide receiver near side is DeBron. Watch for him as well. And here they go on first down. And a wide open gap to the 45 goes Melizzi. And he'll have an 11-yard gain. They're going to mark it 10, so you have 10 yards, and he just went right off the end for a big chunk of yardage, and it'll be 1st and 10 Odessa at the Wildcat 45. Wide receiver left, wide receiver to the right, pistol formation. Melizzi behind Myron, and they're going to throw. Myron looks over in the flats and has his receiver on the sideline for a gain of about 9. Westerhold with the catch. Bring up second down and about a half yard. Myron is a accurate passer, so you're going to have to stay on your guys here. So second and short down at the 35 of the Cats. And this time they're going to hand off to Melizzi. He's got a first down and then wrapped up after a gain of about 2. It'll be a first down to the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 34, just inside the 34. 11:15 to go here. First quarter, no score. Odessa got the ball first, and they are driving. DeBron going to be out to the right side. Wide receiver to the left side as well. Tight end on the right. Pistol formation for Myron. And he's going to look to pass. Cats bringing pressure. They throw it out to Melizzi. He's got it at the 30. Stiff arms a man and down the sideline and drilled out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. That was Percival who forced him out. So 1st and 10 down to the 20-yard line. LeBron checks out. Wide receiver flanked out to the left side, back off the end here. And they're going to follow that back, and Melizzi got a yard, but a good tackle right off of the Keegan Rowe was right there, gain of 2. Read that one brilliantly and able to bring him down after a gain of about a yard and a half. But they're balancing it out real good, going pass, run here, and keeping the Harrisonville defense honest. Again, out of that pistol formation. And again, they're going to feed Melizzi, and he makes the first guy miss and stays on his feet.
It's like a holding in there as well, unless it was a face mask.
Hold or a face mask, one of the two, and it was a face mask, so.
Number 44, Luke Melizzi, the ball carry, he takes it close to the 15. On the stop, number 56, Jacob.
And I don't know, did they change that rule in high school to where the only face mask is a personal foul face mask or not?
Against the Wildcats.
No, it's just a 5-yard variety, so. Oh, no, they moved it all the way down to the 10. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs from the 10-yard line.
Being called 1st and goal from the 10.
So Myron gets his play in. Pistol formation. 2 wide receivers set now to the left side. And Myron going to throw. Throws it into the end zone, complete for a touchdown. Kale with the catch. He was proud of that catch as well. I don't know if you saw that as he caught it in the end zone. Makes it a 6-0 score. So 6-0 to score. Extra point coming up from Gross. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it is 7-0 Odessa, so the Cats need to answer here as Odessa goes out quick. We'll be right back.
This is Gary Davidson, and if you're looking for an honest, reliable heating and cooling company, look to where I look, Sherwood Heating and Cooling. Owner David Vogt has 25 years of industry experience and has been in business the last 10 years in Garden City. They are a Carrier equipment dealer and can provide ductwork, design communicating equipment, and thermostats for new homes. Not to mention servicing all makes and models of furnaces and air conditioners in the Bates, Cass, and Henry County area. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a more efficient equipment like me or need something repaired, give Sherwood Heating and Cooling a call at 816-862-6610.
All right, welcome back. As kickoff brought to you by Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb and go see Young's Tire and Wheel Center for new tires.
7-play, 55-yard, took a minute and 58 seconds off the clock. 10-yard touchdown reception to Kale. Let's score 7-0.
The Wildcats can return a kick for a touchdown tonight. Renee Meyer will win a $130 Sonic gift card. She'll win a $5 gift card just for playing in the Sonic kick return promotion. Cats have it in the back and tripped up at about the 20 to the 25. Stays on his feet. I believe that was. Yeah, I thought that was Percival, and it was. Up to the 25, make it maybe the 26-yard line. 9:52 to go here in the first quarter, and this is where the Cats offense will start things off. Going to go with a 3 wide receiver set in the I formation. Two to your right, 1 to your left. And Riley going to fake the handoff. He's going to look to throw it. It's popped up in the air and almost picked off on a tip. And it brings up a 2nd down and 10. Like going with the pass out of the gates. The only problem is now that it's an incomplete. Now you're in 2nd and 10. And if you get short yardage on 2nd down, you're forced into a 3rd and long. So 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 from the 26. Action here on the near side, and here they go.
Under center is Riley. 2 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. They're going to hand off for Reynolds. And Reynolds finds a hole, and he's going to be all the way down to the 38-yard line, a 12-yard run. And a 1st and 10 for the Cats up to the 38. So that is a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first. When do you think home appliances? So Reynolds with a good gap on first down brings up another on 2nd down, brings up a 1st and 10 up to the 38. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 to the far. And Riley looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. Caught by Cecil past midfield and into Odessa territory to the 49-yard line. Tackle made. Urlaub with the tackle.
Junior wide receiver, there's the signal, the chains move. That'll be good enough for you to know.
So Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first. When you think home appliances, Cats move it down to the 49 of the Bulldogs. Good drive to start for the Cats here, getting a couple of first downs. Want to keep moving that ball. You'd like to answer with a touchdown here. Knowles flanked out to the right side, 2 wide receivers left side. On 1st and 10, they're going to hand to Reynolds. Reynolds is going to get back to about the line of scrimmage, but there will be a hold. I think that was going to be on Poisel. So this will be 1st and long now, as that was a spot foul, so it's going to bring up 1st and about 23. We talked about it a little bit. We touched on it a little bit in pregame, is you got to protect the ball, but you can't have mistakes against Odessa because they will eat you alive. So 8:52 to go here, first quarter. 7-0 Odessa with the lead. Cats with the ball from their own 38. And they're going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds gets back to the 40, and that's it. Going to gain 2, going to bring up second down and about 21.
Number 35, Bryce Palmer, the junior linebacker, and number 18, Carter Westerholt, the senior linebacker.
Palmer and Westerholt on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
40-yard line.
And a second and long coming up for the Cats.
Second down and long. Second down at 21. Cats to the line. From the
Knowles
40,
and Atkinson to the right. Wide receiver near side. And they're going to look to throw. They're going to go deep. He's got his man in stride to the 20, to the 10, to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats.
49 yards. No.
60.
60 yards. I'm glad we got them.
And
number 3, the senior wide receiver.
Colby Knowles with the reception. And the Cats answer with a touchdown of their own. That was a perfectly thrown ball and a perfect catch. He's got his man in stride to the 20, to the 10, to the house. And the Cats touchdown, Wildcats. Extra point away from tying this one up. Kick is up. Kick is good, and it's 7-7. That touchdown brought to you by Young's Auto Repair. Allow them to give you that just right touch in your car when it needs fixed. We're tied at 7 in the MRBC Championship. We'll be right back.
No.
60.
60 yards. I'm glad we got them.
And
number 3, the senior wide receiver.
Colby Knowles with the reception. And the Cats answer with a touchdown of their own. That was a perfectly thrown ball and a perfect catch. He's got his man in stride to the 20, to the 10. All right, welcome back. Cats answer Odessa with a touchdown of their own. Both teams with a ball for about 2 minutes. And we got a 7-7 contest here, Gary.
5-play, 74-yard drive. Took a minute, minute and 59 seconds. Just one more second this time for our touchdown, but we also had to go about another 25 yards than they did. So
Atkinson with the kick here. The kickoff brought to you by Young's Tire and Wheel Center. Kick those old tires to the curb and go see Young's today. That one bounces off of the Bulldogs and pick it up. And again, another run back up to past the 30 to about the 35. Ball, it looked like the ball might have popped out as the Cats were diving over there, but it'll be Odessa Bulldog on their own 35. So now, I always talk about adjustments coming from Schenker after a first drive. You expect that, but both teams had quick drives, so we'll see how much adjustments they were able to get in that little time they had.
Yeah, Coach Schenker, though, has been in the past shown to be able to make adjustments after having a long drive against you.
Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Myron in the shotgun or pistol as he had Melizzi, and he goes over the middle and upended hard by the tackle at midfield. And that was 22 Carson Crowley laid the wood right there on 31 Jackson Nelson. Nelson was able to catch it. And it'll be a first down at midfield for the Bulldogs with 7.5 to go here in the first quarter of this one. Ball at midfield. DeBron and Ray to the near side, wide receiver to the left side. He's going to go in motion. They're going to hand off Melizzi, and he's going to have it past the 50 down to about the 48. And he is swallowed up by the defensive line of the Wildcats, and it'll bring up a second down and 8. Morris Vance was out there. He checks out of the ball game. Second down and 8 coming on. Again, Ray and DeBron to the near side. Pistol, fire, formation. Myron has Melizzi with him in the backfield. Again, going in that motion. And they're going to cut back again and nowhere to go. Cats defense swallows it up again. That defensive line doing a good job of following. Cats are doing a good job of checking people in, checking out. Here comes nickel defense. They bring in an extra as they bring out Graff, and they put in Kyron Beavers out there in the secondary. 3rd and about 7 coming up. Same formation again, and now this time Myron looking to pass, and it's knocked out at the line of scrimmage. And that means the Bulldogs are going to have to punt. Something I don't know that they've done a whole lot of this year, Gary.
I saw them punting, though, before the game. They do have a good punter, so, I mean, got a short field here. Probably going to try to play possession game and try to get them inside the 20. So.
And you never know, they already might have had a fake punt rolled up in their sleeves here as well. So we will see. It looks like Keel to punt it away. Stop and drop punt, and the Cats are going to let it roll, and it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Remember, the Cats return a kick or a punt in this game for a touchdown. One lucky fan, that lucky fan, Renee Meyer, will win a Sonic gift card. If one is not returned, we'll grow that jackpot by $10 next week. It is up to $130 of Sonic food for a lucky winner if they return a kick tonight. Cats are going to have it their second drive on their own 20-yard line here. So 7-7 our score, 6:05 to go here first quarter. Cats force a 3-and-out. I shouldn't say a 3-and-out because they did get a first down on that first play. I formation for the Cats. They hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds breaks into the secondary to the 30, to the 40. It could be a foot race to the 50. Cuts back to the 40. Inside that 40 to the 31-yard line.
48 yards.
48-yard run by the sophomore, Jace Reynolds, and the Cats are in business down at the Bulldog 32-yard line, 1st and 10.
And you kind of wonder what their fans are thinking right now and probably what their sideline is thinking right now.
They were close with Pleasant Hill in the first quarter and a half of that game last week. So
1st and 10.
Wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right. And looking to throw is Riley. He throws and it is tipped. Defensive lineman tried to pick it off, was not able to come up with it. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10. What I'd like to see out of River here, they've knocked down a couple of balls at the line of scrimmage, maybe a pump and go, have on one of the sidelines, have one of your guys do a fake and a go, and then try to hit them that way and get them off their feet and then throw deep. 2nd and 10 coming up. Knowles and Percival to the far side, Cecil to the near side. High formation for the Cats on 2nd and 10. And looking to throw another handoff.
A draw.
The middle, and Reynolds to the 10, to the 5, stiff arm inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. 30-yard run. And it's 1st and goal for the Cats at the 3, a 30-yard run by the sophomore, and the Cats have a 1st and goal on the Bulldog 3-yard line.
He is averaging about 22 and a half yards a carry. He's got 91 yards and 4 carries.
That was the best play call I've seen out of the Wildcats this year. 1st and goal for the Cats, I formation. Here we go on 1st down, and there you go, right up the middle. Close to the end zone. He's going to be about a yard short. Bring up 2nd and goal. The inside handoff to the fullback, Pesic. And it's 2nd and goal now for the Cats. Just inside the 2. So about 1.5 to go. We talk about it though, Gary. They were not ready for that one. They waited, and it was a perfect handoff. I love that play call. Under center, 2nd and goal. And again, they're going to give it to Pesic, and he gets closer this time and then is forced back. Going to bring up 3rd down and goal now for the Cats from about the 1.5 again. Actually lost about a half yard there. So 3rd and goal from the 2.
Loss of a half yard in the play. Play comes
Tell you what, that time I'm thinking I'm going to watch the play. I think if they would have faked and pitched to Reynolds going off to the right side, I think he would have been in, and I think that's probably a good possibility. Yeah, he would have somewhat opened, but I think foot roast he could have made it.
This time they hand it to Reynolds, and Reynolds goes nowhere, and he goes right back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down and goal. So now the Bulldogs defense holding steady here, and a 4th down conversation coming up. And the Cats are going to kick it. No, they're not. They're actually bringing in. This is where I run that play. They ran for the 2-point conversion and the touchdown against Warrensburg. Tarwater's on that side. See if that's what they go to.
Well, Odessa, I don't think really knows what to do right now.
They're going on that wild sequence, and the Cats are not going to get there. Bulldogs are able to tie them up. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they ran that wild formation there. And it'll be first and goal, or first and 10 from about their own goal line for the Bulldogs. So 3:08 to go, first quarter. Both teams trade stops on defense after both teams go the length of the field on their first drives. And Melizzi able to get out of the end zone and carry defenders all the way up to the 9-yard line. Bring up a second down and short for the Bulldogs. With 2:55 to go in the first quarter, 7-7 our score.
Number 2, Braden Tarwater on the stop, the senior defensive back.
So here we go on second down and 2. Myron has Melizzi in the backfield with him. They're going to hand off to him, and he gets a first down up to about the 15-yard line. Taken down at about the 17. So 2:37 to go. Clock will stop momentarily after the first down. So a couple of 8-yard runs gets them out of the shadow of their own end zone. And a first and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 17-yard line. And this time they hand it off on the near side. It looked like that was Heitman. So Heitman gets a carry, gets a 2-yard gain, brings up second down and 8 from about the 20. So 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. We're tied at 7s. Both teams quick opening drives for touchdowns, and then both teams stalled out on their drives. Cats had it at goal-to-go situation. Couldn't do anything with it, and a good tackle off the end by the Wildcats. Looked like Hagen Stevenson and Jacob Poisel. Brings up a third down and 6 for the Bulldogs. So about 1:30 to go here in the quarter. 2 wide receivers set. 2 wide receivers to your left, 1 to your right. Pistol formation. It looks like he still has Heitman in the backfield with him on a third down. They're going to fake. They're going to go out in the flats and not going to have enough for a first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short. It'll bring up a fourth down. So fourth and about a yard, a little over a yard. And they're going to, looks like, punt. The Wildcats return this kick for a touchdown. Renee Mayer will win a Sonic gift card for $130. She gets a $5 gift card just for playing, and here comes that kick. Low liner picked up by the Cats. No, it was dropped. And that's a mistake you can't make in a game like this. Colby Knowles went to grab that one, couldn't grab it, and now Odessa's going to have the ball at the 47 of the Wildcats. And that's a senior just trying to make a play, but you've got to know in a ball game like that, you just gave the ball back to your competition. You can't do that. First and 10 down to the 47-yard line. They're going to go in motion with Heitman out of the backfield. Empty set. 4 wide receivers. They're going to throw over the middle. Tipped. Picked off by the Cats. Carson Crowley comes up with it, and the Cats answer right away with an interception. And they'll have the ball at the 36. Talk about a senior picking a senior up right there. Carson Crowley comes up huge for the Wildcats. And it'll be a first and 10 Cats from their own 37-yard line with 28.3 seconds to go. threw into double coverage, and the Cats were all over it, playing a little bit of zone coverage right there as they had 3 guys over the middle. And a good tip drill by the Cats. 2 wide receivers, left side, 1 on the right side. I formation, Riley under center. 1st and 10 from the 37. They're going to fake the handoff. They're going to look to throw. They throw it over the middle, incomplete behind the intended target, Cecil, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. So 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball on their own 37-yard line. 24.2 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. It's a 7-7 tie. Knowles flanked out to the right side. 2 wide receivers near side. I formation. Under center is Riley. He's going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds squirts through a hole, and he's going to have a first down or close all the way up to the 47-yard line.
And unofficially 6 carries, 101 yards for Reynolds.
So they're going to say it's going to be 3rd down and about a half yard here. So 3rd and short for the Cats, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books in the MRVC Championship, and it's a 7-7 tie. We'll be right back.
There is no better way to get in touch with other business owners and potential clients than joining the Harrisonville Area Chamber of Commerce. Come to monthly networking events and grow your business and make new friends. The Chamber is booking now for booths at the Log Cabin Festival October 4th and 5th. So give Bing and the staff a call today and get signed up for all the fun. 816-380-5271.
All right, welcome back. 7-7 our score after 1. Both teams' offenses look great on their first drives. Cats' offense looked good on the second drive as well. They just stalled out down by the goal line. That's one of those times, maybe you set it up for the next time where you do a pitch to the outside or something. They went inside, couldn't get the score. So we go to the second quarter. It's a 3rd and short, 3rd and inches here.
And you got to be happy with the way that first quarter went. I mean, really.
Maybe think of a little quick quarterback sneak here. They're going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds slipped trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 4th down from their own 45, and the Cats are going to have to punt it away here.
High school rules, D goes down, you're down. So 4th down and 3. And punt formation is coming out for the Wildcats.
So the Cats are going to have to punt it away now.
Back to receive will be Briley Ray.
So Ray back at about the 22 for the Bulldogs.
Colby Knowles to punt.
Knowles back to punt this one away. And they get the kickoff. Rolls at the 30 and just going to roll sideways and dead at the 27.
27-yard line here to the near side.
You need great insurance coverage like that kick coverage? Call Brad Zahner at Farmers Insurance for a quote today. Farmers, they've been there, covered that. Ball their own 27-yard line for the Bulldogs. This is their start of their fifth drive, I should say. They went touchdown, but they've gone punt, interception the last 3 drives. 7-7 our score. 2 wide receivers set to the right side. Pistols for Myron. Myron going to hand off and nowhere to go. Cats off the end, read it perfectly. And that was Carson Graff. He read it and took him down for a loss, for about a yard loss. Going to bring up 2nd down and 11. With 10:55 to go here in the first half of a 7-7 contest. Ray to the near side. Wide receiver far side. Right receiver off the end as well. Myron going to throw. He gets it complete to Ray, and Ray's going to have a first down. Tarwater on the coverage. So that'll be a first down to the 39.
Braden Tarwater, defensive back. So change move for Odessa. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Official spot of the ball is the 39-yard line. Action to be here on the near side.
So a 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Odessa going from right to left here in the second quarter, south to the north.
Bulldogs to the line. Myron out of the pistol.
Myron has Melizzi in the backfield behind him. The back kind of roaming in front of him there. They're going to follow that handoff, and that one will probably be coming back as there was a flag in the backfield. And Melizzi goes down the sidelines.
Luke Melizzi, the ball carrier. Penalty flag is thrown, however, in the backfield of Odessa.
And that'll be a hold on the Bulldogs.
We'll wait for the official call.
So a first down is going to become first and long. That's a spot foul. To be first and 21, almost 22 for the Bulldogs. So ball out their own 28-yard line. First down, 21-ish. 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 wide receiver to the left. Pistol formation for Myron. He throws it over the middle, has his man hit immediately and tackled. Westerhold gets about 18 of it back. It'll bring up a second down and about 3, up to about the 46-yard line. Myron showing he can thread the needle. He's had some good passes in this ball game. So a second down and about 3. Myron in the pistol, has Melizzi in the backfield behind him. And they're going to hand off to Melizzi, and he's going to not get a first down. He's going to bring up a third down and about a yard. The ball at about the 48, so 3rd and 1 coming up with 9:15 to go here in the first half.
And remember, they took the ball first, so we get the ball in the second half.
So that could be a game changer, too, depending on how the rest of this quarter unfolds. 3rd down and short. And they hand off to Melizzi, and he's not going to go anywhere.
He's going to lose a yard.
Jacob Poisel in the backfield, read it all the way. He's going to lose a yard. Going to bring up 4th down and a pair, and the Bulldogs are going to have to punt it again. Poisel all over that one. Ate him up in the backfield, and another punt coming up. The Wildcats return this kick for a touchdown. Renee Mayer will win a $130 Sonic gift card. Flag flies and a high punt flies as well. Fair catch called for at the 18-yard line.
As long as that's not an offsides by us. But it's in the backside of, it's in the backfield of.
And you make them punt it again.
Oh, yeah.
So they would have had the ball at their own 18-yard line. You make them re-punt this, see what they can do. But that was a great punt right there by Cale.
Well, I told you before the game I was watching him punt. He was a good punter. So I do make them punt again. But
they declined it. So the Cats will have the ball from their own 17. So 1st and 10 from their own 17.
Their own 17-yard line here to the near side.
2 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. I believe that's Atkinson and Knowles out to the far side and Cecil to the near side, or it could be vice versa. Up the middle they go with Reynolds, and Reynolds is
on the play, brings up second down. That was the sophomore running back, Jace Reynolds.
See where he got back to the line of scrimmage. They give him a couple of inches on that one, so it brings up second down and 10 for the Cats. So 8:05 to go here in the first half. 7-7 our score. MRVC West Conference Championship on the line here tonight. Both teams 4-0 in the conference. 2 wide receivers left side, 1 to the right side. Under center they go with Riley. Going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds goes nowhere. Stacked up at the line again, going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Tarwater going to check into the ball game here. Miller checks out the tight end.
Well, his last 3 carries, he's netted a negative 2 yards. So
put him back below 100 yards for the night. So 3rd down and about 9 coming up.
Well, they gave him 1 on that one, so he's going to be a negative. So he's going to be at 100 yards even then.
So 2 wide receivers, 2 to your left, 1 to your right. Tarwater out there as a receiver now as well. On 3rd and 10, they fake the handoff. They look to throw. They throw it out in the flats. And about a 5-yard gain for the Cats.
Pursued out of bounds, so no tackle on the play.
I believe that was
Pesic, I think.
Pesic, yeah.
Sophomore Joshua Pesic, and pursued out of bounds, number 32, Blake.
And the Cats are going to have to punt it away. So we thought we were in for a track meet early on, Gary, and both teams have punted 3 times since then. Cats had a chance to get points, could not get the points on that second drive, and we're tied at 7 apiece with 7:05 to go in the half. And Knowles just does get it away. Going to take a good roll past midfield for the Cats down to about the 47-yard line, down by Reynolds.
Down by the Cats, by number 3, Colby Knowles. So 1st and 10 for the Odessa Bulldogs.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 47 with 6:55 to go here in the first half in a 7-7 ball game.
Pigskin goes down at the 47-yard line.
A whistle and a timeout called by the Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout as well. Cats tied 7-7.
Every broadcast team has to look good. The 4T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast. Offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more, they can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
All right, welcome back. You heard about one of our great sponsors, C-Squared Custom Embroidery. Thank goodness for C-Squared and Custom Embroidery with these nice pullovers that we've got, as they are nice and beautiful and warm, as we're staying warm up here.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So it'll be a 1st and 10 coming up for the Bulldogs from their own 47. They got a quick strike offense, and you just feel like they're just moments away, but the Cats' defense has been great in this first half. Pistol formation for Myron. He's going to hand off for Malizzi, and he broke that first tackle. Cats were in the backfield, could not quite get to him quick enough. I like what the defense is doing here. They're riding somebody off the opposite end of the run to try to chase him down from behind, and it has worked to perfection a couple of times here in this first half. DeBron's going to be flanked out to this near side. They have yet to really target him tonight. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right, pistol formation, Myron. They're going to look to throw. They're looking his way down the sideline and out of bounds, incomplete. Good coverage on the play by Percival. And Percival's given up about 6 inches on DeBron right there, but played it well, and Myron led him just a little bit too far out of bounds, and nevertheless he couldn't come up with it either. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and there comes Kyron Beavers back in with Carson Graff going out for an extra D-back.
So they're going to go back this near side, and now Odessa going to have to call a timeout.
Wow, 2 timeouts in this same drive.
It's a big 3rd down coming up, because if you're the Cats, you're thinking, okay, we get the ball back again. I don't know if there's any other scores of note here early on in this.
I saw the Pleasant Hill, they 7-0. I'm trying to think where it's. We were standing in front of it, and Jerry couldn't see it.
So we'll leave it right here. We'll look at some scores. It's a 7-7 contest with 6:21 to go here in this one. Platte County, Grandview beating Platte County right now 7-3. That's a game to watch with district implications as well. We need to look at some of those scores. We'll get to those. We're back to action here. 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Bulldogs. Just into Cat territory at the Wildcat 48-yard line. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Myron has Malizzi behind him in the backfield on 3rd down and 5. We'll go in motion here. Look to run it off the end. They get it, and they're going to get a 1st down. Wrapped up and tackled. He's going to have a 1st down. Tackle by Tarwater down to the 42-yard line.
Officials want the ball be the 42-yard line.
So 1st and 10 down to the 42-yard line. Carson Graff checking into the game for the Cats on that line. And they're going to give it to Melizzi again. He's going to get about 5 on that one. A host of Cats on that tackle. Brings up a 2nd down and 5.
He takes it up to the 35-yard line. Officially marked at the 36.
So it marks at the 36. Odessa driving here with 5:40 to go in the first half. We got a 7-7 score.
2nd down and 5. Ball between the seams from the 36.
Kale and DeBron flanked out to the right side. In tight on the left. Pistol formation with Melizzi behind Myron in the backfield. On a 2nd and 5. He's going to look to throw. Throws it out in the flats for a secondary receiver. Gets a 1st down about the 22-yard line.
On the far side screen. Takes it down to about the 22. Number 18, Carter Westerhold.
So Westerhold with the catch.
On the stop for the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Down to the 21-yard line. So 5:15 to go. Colin Carruthers on the tackle.
Officials spotted the ball at the 21-yard line. Action on the far side.
So 7-7 our score with 5:05 to go here in the first half. Odessa driving, trying to take the go-ahead score. Both teams have traded turnovers and punts here in the second quarter and the rest of the first quarter from that first quick strike first quarter. 1st and 10, and Melizzi slips down to about the 21. And I wonder if there's not a little bit of dew forming down there, Gary, on the field, getting it a little slick.
Yeah, that's the second or third time we've seen a one of the players slip.
So 2nd down and 9 coming up. Ball just outside the 20-yard line. Look for maybe a little fade right into the end zone for DeBron here. And that's what they're going to go to. No, they go over the middle for a couple. Down to about the 15-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down and short.
Jackson takes it to the 15-yard line. On the stop, number 2, Brayton Tarwater.
Jackson with the catch.
So 3rd down and 4. For the Bulldogs, officials want the ball.
So Jackson Nelson with the catch. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Probably got to believe this. This is probably going to be 4-down territory, but you just never know that with our kicker.
So here we go. Go in motion. They're going to hand off for Melizzi, and he will have a 1st down to the 10.
Takes it to the 10.
So a 1st and goal going to be at the 10-yard line.
Trevor Campbell.
So 3:40 to go here in the first half. Odessa trying to punch in the go-ahead score, but, Gary talked about it a little bit ago. They decided they wanted to take the ball first, so the Cats are going to have plenty of time, and they could flip-flop it with getting the ball back at the half as well.
Well, let's see the Cats make it stop like Odessa did earlier.
So here we go on 1st and goal, and they're going to hand off to Melizzi, and he gets down to the 5 on 1st down, brings up 2nd down and goal.
On the stop. Number 48, Hagen Stevenson, the junior linebacker.
The one thing about Odessa with their quarterback Myron, he's got a ton of options at the receiver level. He's had it completed to several different receivers tonight.
And they just took Melizzi out. I mean, they brought in, I'm sure, some other guys in the backfield, but it surprises me that they brought Melizzi out.
Yeah, so they're going to, I think, go with Heitman here. And they're going to hand off the end and into the end zone for 6. With 2:43 to go in the half. It is a 13-7 ball game. So Odessa able to get on the board again before the half, makes it 13-7 with 2:43 to go before halftime. Extra point coming up.
PAT coming up. Wade Johnson.
Wade Johnson, the kicker. Cats jump there. That means they're going to change it up. They're going to go for 2 here.
Riley Ray to hold.
So it moves it half a distance and it makes it a little bit easier to try to get in for 2. And they're going to go for 2 here with a 13-7 score.
Ruled on the defense.
So now he's going to go with that bunch formation and into the end zone for 2. they go, and it's 15-7 with 2:43 to go. We will take a timeout. Cats get the ball when we come back.
Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding, one that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today.
All right, welcome back. 15-7, 2:43 to go in the half. Cats down. They get the ball. So where you like a nice long drive, take up 2+ minutes, score a touchdown here going into the half, know you get the ball back.
Right. You know, that was a 10-play, 53-yard drive by Odessa. It took up about a little under 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You know, but that's where our mistakes make a difference. It went from 1 point to the potential for 1 point to 2 points on a mistake. So that 1 point could make a difference in the end of the game.
Absolutely. Now, and if you're the Cats, it's too early to start chasing that 2 points as well, though. So you get a touchdown, you just kick that extra point and go into the half.
Here's the kick.
So this one goes right off of the Wildcats up front. Just drilled them, and Odessa's going to take over. So not what you want if you're the Cats. He just drilled it right into the lineman, and they're going to recover from their own 44-yard line.
Special teams played by Odessa. They have it inside Wildcat territory.
And DeBron came out here quickly. I'm thinking they're going deep right here off this first play. I could be wrong, but they came out fast. They knew what they wanted to do. 2 wide receivers out to the left side, 1 to the right side. I think they're going to take a deep shot here on this left side. We'll see what they do on first down. And he was going to try to take one, but the Cats said no way. They wrapped him up and took him down for a big sack back at the 48-yard line. Mark it at the 47. So a second down at about 18 coming up. Cats with a big sack right there on first down with 2:15 to go.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Odessa used 2 of their timeouts on a couple of drives ago, both in the same drive, so they've only got 1 timeout to be able to stop the clock.
So a second down and long coming up for the Bulldogs on their own side of the field now, their own 48-yard line. Pistol formation, they're going to go in motion here. They're going to hand off and go right up the middle with Melizzi. And he is going to have about 15 down to about the 38. Brings up third down with 1:45 to go in the half.
If
you're the Cats and you can't get the ball back, you at least want to keep them out of the end zone here, knowing you get the ball back at the half. Ball down to the 37-yard line.
Third down and 3.
Rowe coming into the ball game. And Cats are going to call a timeout with 1:28 to go. So third down coming up. We'll take a timeout. Odessa, big third down coming up.
It's important to have a local bank. Sherwood Community Bank is the area's only locally owned bank. It's nice when your local bank is also up with the times and provides you with internet banking and a mobile banking app. We are all so busy, so sometimes being able to jump online or use an app to transfer funds at the click of a button is the easiest way to bank. So go to one of Sherwood Bank's 4 convenient locations in Urick, Creighton, Garden City, or Harrisonville and set up an account today.
And don't forget to download the Sherwood Bank app.
All right, welcome back. 1:28 to go here in the half. Cats trail at 15-7. Odessa with the ball inside the 40 of the Cats at the 38-yard line. 3rd and 3 coming up. You got to figure it's 4-down territory. They may take a shot here and know they can try to run it on 4th down as well. So 3rd down, let's make it 4 here. So 3rd and 4 coming up. Pistol formation. Myron has Melizzi with him in the backfield, and he's going to throw. Cats go after him. Near side or far side caught. And a first down to the 30. So Ray with the catch. And it'll be a 1st and 10 down to the 30. So 1:20 to go in the half. 15-7 our score. Bulldogs got the onside kick. They drilled it right off of the lineman. And here we go on the handoff to Melizzi. He gets it inside the 25 down to the 21. It'll bring up a second down with 1 minute to go here in the half.
And that was his 20th carry for 86 yards.
So he's getting his hard yards tonight. 20 carries already in the ball game. So second down coming up. They're going to go in motion. And Myron looking to throw. He's going to go over the middle for a catch down to about the 8-yard line. Westerhold with a first down. So a first and goal now from the 8 with 35 seconds to go. Clock will roll.
So first and goal to go. Officials fund the ball to 8-yard line. Actions here on the near side. Under 30 seconds.
So big 30 seconds coming up here. First and goal. Ball at the 6-yard line. Myron looking to throw on first down. He's being chased. He throws it back the other way. Found his guy open for 6. 21-7. That was all quarterback right there. He knew where his safety valve was, and he was able to find Jackson Nelson for 6 on the near side. Makes it a 21-7 score with the extra point coming up. Wade Johnson for the PAT. Kick is up. Kick is good. And it's a 22-7 lead with 14 seconds. We'll be right back.
Want the best deal from the best dealership? Max Motors Ford, right in Harrisonville, Missouri. We make deals the others won't. More for your trade, less for your new one. Worth the drive from anywhere. We will beat any competitor's offer on a new vehicle by $500 or give you $500 and a tank of gas. With a great selection of over 800 vehicles priced at or below dealer cost. Come see why Max Ford in Harrisonville is the easiest place to buy a car. Visit us at the corner of 71 and 291 highways or shop maxford.com. Proud to sponsor our Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, 14 seconds to go in the half. 22-7 the score. Bad last couple of minutes for the Wildcats here. Trying to listen to Odessa fan over there just standing up, chirping. Been real quiet most of the game. They got a couple of quick scores, and he's up there firing away. It's a 22-7 score here before the half. Wade Johnson set to kick it away.
Here's the kick.
Line drive kick taken at about the 15 by the Cats. Colby Knowles, he breaks into the secondary line up to about the 36, 37. 9 seconds to go. Here's the thing, Cats have 3 timeouts, or 2 timeouts, sorry. Of course, Odessa going to play way off the line of scrimmage here. If you're the Cats and you can get something about 20 yards to about, well, yeah, you want to get about 25 yards here. You can get it down to about the 40 in about 8 seconds and call a quick timeout. You may have a shot at the end zone. So 9 seconds to go here in the half. Cats going to go I formation. Riley going to be under center. Wide receiver left, 2 to the right. They pitch a little shovel pass to Reynolds. Reynolds to the 50, to the 45. He gets down. Timeout called.
Yes, Reynolds with the shovel takes it down to the 42-yard line.
And that'll end the half. So the shovel pass. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with our halftime after this. Cats trail 22-7 at the half.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a 4th-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
Hi, I'm Lacey Dominic.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Dominic with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you're looking for hometown insurance from a hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No! Give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
It's happened to all of us. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Good news. Buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well with a huge assortment of quality used tires. So when the time comes for new tires or a replacement, go to the shop that Harrisonville trusts on South Commercial, a stone's throw from Forged by Fire.
When Forties needs tires, they call Young's. Yes!
Event spaces come in all shapes and sizes. Finding the one that is just right can be a hassle. Not anymore. The Dickey Cottage is perfect for those extra large family gatherings, birthday parties, baby showers, and more. With a large kitchen to use, a giant dining room for everyone, and a living room area with a big screen, there is sure to be room for everyone to relax and feel right at home. So the next time you need a venue that is just right, call Sonia at 816-925-0588 and book your date today. The Dickey Cottage, the venue place.
Insurance doesn't have to be a bad word, especially when all the insurance you need is under one roof. Auto, commercial, life, health, farm, or crop insurance, they have you covered. With a lineup like that, they are sure to be the team covered. So instead of dreading a call to get an insurance quote, call the team that will line up with the best of them. The team at Stafford & Stafford Insurance, located on Commercial across from Holland's Auto Sales.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's. There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant, and remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
What is greater than one? Two! That's right, now Show Me Auto Mall has two locations to serve you, one in Harrisonville and the north location in Belton. Chances are, that means the quality of used vehicle you are searching for is going to be at one of their two locations. With several financing options available, Show Me Auto Mall will get you in the vehicle you want without breaking the bank. So when it's time to trade that vehicle in, go see the gang at Show Me Auto Mall and let them show you the Show Me difference.
All right, welcome back to Halftime. It's your halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q Driving and Peculiar. There's nothing half about your portions. Go grab a basket of Suzy Q's and a tenderloin today. That is Suzy Q Driving and Peculiar across from the Frog Pond. So it is halftime here, 22-7 our score. And, you know, the difference in this ball game, Gary, and I said it before we just came back on, is, let me get that for you, Gary. Gary, you would think he was law enforcement for 30-plus years. He would know not to.
So he's not did that.
Not to handcuff himself as he put his gloves on and they were still clipped together. So we got to laugh at Gary. But, you know, Gary, yeah, you had that onside kick, and that's really kind of the difference in this game. You take a 15-7 deficit into halftime. You even would have had a shot without that onside kick of making it even going into halftime. And that's really the big difference right now. That's kind of a 14-point swing, so to speak.
Yeah, and I will tell you, if you watch it, it's very difficult. When you have a kick coming at you line drive, it's hard to step out of the way, because your first instinct is to protect yourself, number one, or try to catch it, one of the two. And to step away from that, sometimes it's almost impossible when it's coming so fast. And
I wonder if that has been done all season long with Odessa. That may not be something that was on film, so they may not be looking at that. That might have been something. And to me, if I'm the Wildcat coaches and that hasn't been something that was on film, when I'm in the locker room at halftime, I'm saying, guys, don't worry about that. We didn't see that on film. They're doing stuff like that because they're in a ball game and they didn't think they were going to be in one.
Right, and they're going to have to play the second half. I mean, this isn't a give-me game for them. First of all, Cats get the ball coming out, and other than a couple of mistakes, if you look at the total yardage, Harrisonville has got 201, and they have 220. But however, they've got twice as much time of possession, so therefore our defense has been on the field a lot. And so starting in the second half, their defense is going to have to stay on the field and give our offense or our defense a little bit of break.
Well, and you look at it too. You talk about the onside kick and then also missed points when you had it first and goal at the 1.5, 2 yard line. That's coming back to haunt you right now as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's that's when you maybe wish you'd have kicked a field goal. You can't see the future, but I think most of us would have probably done the same thing against a high-powered offense. It's kind of like those teams that are playing the Kansas City Chiefs this year. They're making choices that they normally wouldn't make because they know they're playing a high-powered offense, and that was probably in the thought process of the coaching staff of the Wildcats.
So, if you're the Wildcats, you got to be happy. You're down 22-7 at halftime. Obviously, you're not happy being down at halftime, but you're in this ball game. You get the ball to start the second half, and you're a couple of mistakes away from leading this ball game at the half. And what they've got to do, they got to answer the bell in the second half. They've had a couple of rough third quarters this year. You go back and you look at the third quarter against Kearney. That one sticks out in my mind. It was a 6-6 game. Could have been a 21-0 game at halftime if things would have bounced a little bit differently in that one. You got to answer the bell in the second half and be able to come back from that 2-touchdown deficit. You can turn them over. You got an interception on them. You can stop them. They punted probably more tonight than they have all season long, as I believe they had.
They punted twice and then punted 3 times with 1 interception.
So they punted 3 times in the first half. They probably haven't punted 3 times in a ball game all season long, I would venture to guess. And if they did, it was probably the second half when they were up by 55 points. So a lot of football to be done. It is a halftime show. Let's run down some halftime stats now, brought to you by Uptown Event Space. A big space at half the cost with a paved parking lot. Now booking for the holidays in 2020.
Okay, going down scoring real quick. First quarter with 10:02 left in the first. Odessa had a 10-yard touchdown reception by Keel, made it 7-0 with a conversion good. Then Harrisonville tied it up at 7:59 left in the first with a 60-yard touchdown reception by Knowles from Riley with extra point good, making it 7-7. The rest of the scoring was in the second by Odessa with a 5-yard touchdown run by Erlam. 2-point conversion after the mistake and offsides by the Wildcats made it 15-7, and then right before half with 0.142 seconds left, an 8-yard touchdown reception by Nelson, making it 22-7. The Cats have got 103 yards total rushing, led by 9 rushes for 100 yards even by Reynolds, and then they've got Knowles has a 60-yard reception actually for that touchdown. Cecil has 13 yards on 1 reception. Reynolds has 1 reception right there before the half for 22 yards. With 98 yards total receiving yards, giving us 201 yards of total offense with 8 minutes of the clock, where Odessa has 16 minutes of the clock with 220 yards total offense. So if we, going down our drive chart, TD, then we gave it up on downs right there at the 1. Then we had the muff punt, punt, kick fumble, and then end of half where they had touchdown, punt, interception, punt, and then back-to-back touchdowns right before the half. 2 touchdowns scored within 2 minutes and 30 seconds of each other. So shore up some of the mistakes. We talked about that. The Cats were going to have to play a mistake-free game tonight. They've not done it, but that doesn't mean they're out of it, because obviously Odessa can make some mistakes because they did, and you're playing another half. So get a touchdown on or when we come out from the half. That brings it with 1 score. You make a stop, get another touchdown, and now you're back virtually tied up.
Yeah, a lot to be had here going into the second half of football. I'm going to let Gary step to the wayside here. I'm going to bring in special guest here at halftime. He's not even paying attention. He's got his glasses on his head, and going to bring in head softball coach Dave Hicks. As you know, we can always talk about all kinds of things up here. Softball season ended last week. We had a contest, Coach Hicks. We came up at semifinals of districts last week against Nevada. The team that ended up winning that district, you had them down 4-2 in the second inning or third inning.
Actually had them down 5-2.
5-2
yeah.
in the second or third inning there, and you guys were hitting the ball just couple of plays in the game. We talked about it after the game. A couple plays in that game made the difference, but you're growing. You got a young team, and the future looks bright for you guys.
Yeah, we only had 3 seniors this year. We had our banquet last night and gave out postseason awards, and we're going to have 10 seniors next year. Almost all those seniors have a lot of varsity experience, so we'll be really experienced next year.
Well, I think I've already got the slogan for you guys for next year: take the next step.
That's right.
You went to the district semis this year. Let's win a district title next year.
Yeah, got to get back to where we belong. It's been a while.
And here's the thing too. Michigan's been talking about this for years. We don't know how districts will line up starting next year. They're supposed to change a lot of things up, so that could make things interesting as well.
It could. I feel like we're in one of the toughest districts on this side of the state, with Nevada and Pleasant Hill in there, and Warrensburg as well. All 3 of those teams are really good. In fact, Nevada was losing to Oak Grove in the sectional game 6-1 and came back and won 7-6. So they're advancing on to the quarterfinals. So,
in softball, have we kind of shifted away? You remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, like Jenny Finch, and they had all these softball pitchers. If you had a stud pitcher, you're going all the way and win it. Have we shifted a little bit away from the stud pitching and where the hitting has kind of come around and caught up with it?
I think that there's still we went through a stretch too around here with Paige Parker at Truman, where they just missed out on going. They lost to the Lee Summit team and ended up winning it all. There's still the stud pitchers are around. They're not as many, so you're going to have to make it up somehow. So you're going to have to work on the bats. And I think the hitting has kind of caught up a little bit to the pitching because of all the video technology and things like that.
Well, you look from I look from like 95 to about 2007 or 8, kind of the golden era softball in the United States. And you had those pitchers. It was like nobody was hitting them.
Yeah.
They were beating everybody 10-0 anyway. But
right.
At the same time, you had a shutdown pitcher. You're not going to lose a lot of games.
Yeah, and it still goes. You get a shutdown pitcher, you're good. Sherwood is sitting down there with a girl now. They'll play in the quarterfinals tomorrow against Warsaw in Class 2. And that girl, she's already committed to Arizona. So she's a standout for sure. If you got a stud pitcher, you're going to go. You may not win it all, but you're going to go a long way with them.
Well, it's kind of early to talk about, but, it is still kind of baseball season with the World Series going on.
Yeah, it's World Series weather.
So let me ask you that before I let you go. Who's your pick to win the World Series? Is Houston going to be able to come back from 0-2?
I would like to think they would. Washington's pitching is tough. Hit the Cardinals 3 games for 7 innings, and then you're up 2-0 on a strong Astros team. It's going to be tough to beat.
And, I'm torn because I kind of like the Astros. I like a lot of their players, but also I'm a Mizzou guy. So seeing Max Scherzer out there, mowing them down as well. And you want to talk about a guy, a bulldog. He had a rough first game, and he was able to fight through it, get 5 innings in, and keep his team in the ballgame.
Yeah, he was. And I was listening to that game, and he threw a lot of pitches. But, you just said it right. He's a bulldog. He's a competitor. He's going to do what it takes to win. So
we're going to let Coach Hicks go. I'm going to take a timeout as well, and then I'm going to visit with Coach Hicks off the air, and we'll talk about stuff you guys don't even want to think about. So, all right, we'll be back after this.
Thanks for having me, Chad.
Thank you.
The Trade Fair Mall isn't just an antique mall. It's several businesses in one. Need T-shirts for your team? A custom t-shirt shop on site has you covered. Speaking of covered, Harrisonville Trade Fair is Missouri's #1 seller of premier portable buildings to store all your outside equipment. Design your own or buy one in stock for as little as $100 down and no credit check. While you are custom designing your premier portable building, snack on some delightful cinnamon glazed pecans, cashews, and almonds from the Nutty Bavarian. You need it, they probably got it. Harrisonville's Trade Fair Mall across from Sutherland's.
All right, I lied. We're not going away yet. Coach Hicks has his all-conference players to announce, and I was just quick getting off. He was over here on his phone. I should have let him talk a little more. You know me.
Hey.
Can you imagine? I like to talk.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. We had our banquet last night, so we gave out our awards. First of all, we had in MRVC All-Conference, we had 2 first-teamers in Haley Ricker and Lucy Shopper. We had a second-teamer in Julia Abernathy, and 2 honorable mentions in Macy Butler and Taylor Fordyce. All-district, we had 2 first-teamers in Haley Ricker and Lucy Shopper. Second-teamer was Julia Abernathy, and honorable mention was Meadow Vassar and Hattie Wilson. Sorry, drew a blank right there. So, congratulations to all those girls, and most all of them are coming back next year.
Awesome. Well, that is a good thing to have, Coach. Okay, so now that we talked about all conference, congratulations on those, and we're going to say timeout, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
What is one of your most precious commodities these days? Time. With kids' events, family events, and everything in between, time is precious. So why drive hours and spend an entire day to save $20? Shop local and find your home appliances right in Harrisonville at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center. They deliver and can service any issues that can arise. By doing that, you're putting money right back into the community. So stop wasting family time and go see the staff that treats you like their family at Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center on Plaza Drive, right behind Hawthorne Bank.
Well, it's football season, so that means cold weather is not far behind. It's time to drive on over to Young's Auto Repair to get your car ready for the winter. Flush the radiator, get an oil change, and make sure the heater is ready to keep your family comfortable all winter long. If something else may ail your car, bring it in. Let Young's diagnose the problem, get you back on the road. Young's Auto, across the road from Young's Tire on South Commercial Street.
Everyone needs a kickstart at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So go see the team at Sonic of Harrisonville to kick away those afternoon blues with an ice-cold soda full of caffeine to kickstart that energy. The best part, 2 to 4 p.m. is happy hour, so you can kick away the cobwebs for half price. And while you're at it, don't forget to grab an afternoon snack with some cheesy bites or jalapeno poppers. Also, go to the4ts.com and sign up for the Wildcat Kick Contest. So kick away those afternoon blues and get to Sonic today.
What do you look for when you're buying a used vehicle? How about honesty and integrity, along with a reliable vehicle? That's why you should turn to Steve Holland at Holland Auto Sales. Selling reliable vehicles in Harrisonville for 35 years means Holland's will be around when it's time to buy. At Holland's, you get more than a nice vehicle. You get a friend in the car business.
Go where the grammars go, Holland's Auto Sales, and ask for Steve.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Even a swing set standoff. And we covered it. July 1st, 2015. Talk to Farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Farmers Insurance, Bradley Sainer, in the A-frame at 1808 North Commercial Street in Harrisonville.
When it comes to your vehicle's maintenance, we know you have plenty of options. Sometimes so many options can make it hard to find an honest, reliable automotive shop. That is where Quality Auto Service and Repair comes in, with a commitment to providing customers with honest, quality service at reasonable prices. Our technology and expertise provide you with the best car care imaginable. We take pride in diagnosing your vehicle correctly and getting you back on the road quickly. We are family owned and operated since 1995. For an appointment, call 816-380-7267. Quality Auto Service and Repair, building relationships through automotive service. It's who the Davidsons trust for auto repair.
Does your lawn need some TLC? owned and operated by 3 generations of Wildcats. Health Turf Farm is your local stop for sod and topsoil since 1971. Whether you need one roll of sod and a scoop of dirt or a whole truckload, we have you covered. A new home in your future? Give us a call, 816-540-2020, and set up a quote for new sod installation. Health Turf Farm is located between Harrisonville and Pleasant Hill and is open 8 to 5 weekdays and 8 to noon on Saturdays.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Your score at the half, 22-7. Cats trail the Odessa Bulldogs, but the Cats will get the ball to start this second half, and it'll be one of those things you may want to think that they may go onside kick here. It's your halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q. Nothing half about their portion size. Go grab a basket of Suzy Q's and a tenderloin today. Gary, you wanted to mention something?
Yeah, I wanted to mention also to remind everybody tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock, Royal Regiment will be having the first annual invitational band competition. Starts at 1 o'clock. There's 11 participants, including Harrisonville, so a total of 10 plus Harrisonville. So I invite you to come out, root on obviously the Harrisonville band, and come and watch a great competition. Don't know exactly how long it's going to last, but there's a total of 11 bands competing. So come on out to Memorial Stadium and root on your Royal Regiment.
And speaking of stuff going on, if you want to go out to the band competition tomorrow, that'd be awesome. Our 6th and our 7th graders are playing for Super Bowl titles tomorrow as well in Clinton, Missouri. Our 7th grade is playing at 10 a.m. in the morning, and our 7th grade is playing at 10 a.m. in the morning for a Super Bowl title against Excelsior Springs in Clinton. They have got they're going for the 3rd straight Super Bowl title. That team has Nate Reynolds, I believe, the youngest Reynolds brother.
So we got another Reynolds coming up, huh?
Yes, a 7th grader is very good. So there could be a Reynolds backfield in a couple of years. And the 6th grade, playing in their first Super Bowl, is playing against Clinton. Unique situation there. They're playing against Clinton. They're playing against my brother, who's one of the coaches on that team, and my nephew, Peyton, who is a linebacker on that team. So Harrisonville, I'll be pulling for Harrisonville, but I'll be hoping my nephew has about 47 tackles in the game. It is still Clinton. But nevertheless, the future's bright down there for Clinton. I know that they've struggled, and we were talking to Brett Jones at halftime. Sherwood has a 47-game losing streak. We did not know that. They have not won since week 1 of the season, of the 2015 season, and they were up 14-0 on Jasper at the half.
And also some other scores that affect us. Warrensburg and Oak Grove. Oak Grove is up 20-7 over Warrensburg at half.
And then Van Horn is up 16-13 over Pembroke Hill at the half. Grandview is trailing in their game, and if we could find the Grain Valley score as we scroll down, Grain Valley is playing Raytown South tonight, I believe, and they are winning 21-0 at half. So there's a possibility the top 4 in our district can be all jumbled up. If Warrensburg loses, Grain Valley probably pops to the number 1 slot. Warrensburg could fall down to the 4 spot. Grandview, it could end up actually working out well for the Wildcats, because if they're next to Warrensburg in that alignment, they can jump Warrensburg because of the head-to-head. So who knows what will happen. Heck, Harrisonville might be the 3 seed after it's all said and done, and they may play a home game next week. So here we go. We're ready for second half action. Thanks for joining us on the halftime show brought to you by Suzy Q. Cats get the ball at their own 10 to the 20. Trying to find a seam was Knowles. He gets up to the 35 and is stopped down. It'll be first down and 10 as we start second half action.
So first play from the line of scrimmage to start the second half, third quarter action moments away.
Jerry and I are going to venture down to UCM tomorrow, watch UCM and Pitt State. So that'll be fun for us to see Morgan Salamaya for the second time this year. And a UCM team that's undefeated, ranked number 11 in the nation right now.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That should be a good game tomorrow.
Absolutely. So under center they go. Riley has 2 wide receivers, 2 his right side. And here we go on first and 10. And right through there goes Reynolds. for a gain of about 3. Thought there was a jump there on the line, but they didn't call it. So going to bring up second down and about 7. They're going to mark it just past, so 3.5. So second down coming up for the Cats, just outside of their own 40-yard line. Ethan Murray checks out. Cecil going to be flanked out along with Percival on the right side. Knowles to the near side. Under center on second down and 7. They go on the slant, and he threw behind him. Going to bring up third down for the Wildcats. Second time tonight I've seen a Riley pass throw kind of behind his receiver. You got to lead him a little bit more there. But I think those knocked down passes, he's trying to get it out there a little quicker because some of those that have gone over the middle, they've knocked down. So a third down and 7 coming up. Also good to see you get Reynolds out of the backfield there as well. So wide receiver to your left, 2 to your right on third down and 7. And they're going to throw it deep. Knowles gets the catch all the way down to the 33-yard line. Diving catch by Knowles. And it's first down and 10 for the Cats down to the 33 of the Bulldogs.
That's 2 catches for 88 yards.
So Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. Jerry has been messing with instant replay. I don't know if you guys have noticed that tonight. Cats run up to the line with 10 seconds on the play clock. And Riley under center. He's going to hand off for Reynolds. Reynolds looking for some running room. The hole closes quickly, but the sophomore able to get a couple out of that, make it a second down and 8. So if you see an instant replay here and there, that is Jerry, and he's messing with the timing of it a little bit. Some of them are going a little quick, but that's nice for us to be able to have because after the ball game, we may be able to look at some replays as well. So 2 wide receivers out to the right side, in tight on the left. On second down, they're going to hand to Reynolds, and Reynolds is going to go nowhere. Maybe got a half a yard. Going to bring up third down. Number 25, Jace Reynolds, wrapped up by number 50, Colby Wilson, the senior linebacker. So they're going to bring in the jet package, I like to call it, as they bring in their wide receivers. So 9:45 to go here in the third quarter. And Cats playing this as it's a 4-down territory. Ran it on the first 2 downs. I like to see that. Third down coming up, though. Got to watch the rush. So Tarwater and Cecil, along with Percival, out to the left side. Knowles all alone on the right side. Shotgun, and Riley steps up, throws. Percival, first down inside the 20 to 15, stays on his feet. Down to the 12, Bryce Percival. Number 2, the senior twists and turns his way.
Actually, Tarwater.
Was that Tarwater? Okay, that was Tarwater. Those numbers blend in with those uniforms up here. So Tarwater on the catch is a first down to the 12. Cats can get another one inside the 2. First and 10, Cats. So that's Tarwater and Cecil out to the far side. First and 10, Cats going to pass.
There it is.
And incomplete as DeBron on the coverage of, I think that was Atkinson there.
On the coverage was number 84, Eli DeBron.
Going to bring up second down.
Number 3, the senior wide receiver.
Oh, it was Knowles.
So it's second and 10. Ball back to the line of scrimmage. Play comes in for the Cats.
So 22-7, Cats trying to make this a 1-score game with 8:46 to go here in the third quarter. On second down and 10. Might be another time for that delay handoff that they did so well in the first half. Riley looking to throw. He's going to step out of the pocket. Throws a loft into the end zone. Incomplete. That was intended for Reynolds out of the backfield, and it brings up third down and 10.
So pass intended for the end zone here to the near side. On the coverage.
So again, the defense for the Bulldogs has stiffened up here.
Sophomore Jace Reynolds.
And it's third down and 10. So Riley gets his play from the sideline, comes in with 8:40 to go in the third.
Third down and 10.
Under center goes River. I formation, Cats.
Delay
handoff. They were ready for it that time, all the way back to the 20-yard line. That was Colby Wilson on the tackle. So that makes it a big loss and brings up 4th down at about 16. And if the Cats can't come up with points, this will be twice they come without 0 points in the red zone. Once inside the 5. This time they were at the 12. So 4th down coming up. Lone back in the backfield is Reynolds on 4th down. And they throw it for
There it is.
Into the end zone. Touchdown Wildcats to Tarwater. Knowles to Tarwater for 6. Cats dug into the bag of tricks right there. There'll be a replay coming up of that one. Riley to Knowles, a floater to Tarwater, and the Cats are on the board. 22-13 extra point coming up with 7:55 to go here in the third quarter. Boom, throws, touchdown, Cats. Extra point coming up. This is a big extra point right here. Kick is up, and the kick is blocked. That makes it a 2-score game, 22-13. We'll be right back.
We've all been there before. Needed to deposit a check in our account, but nowhere near our bank. That's where Hawthorne's Bank's mobile banking comes in. Simply open your mobile banking app, take a picture of the check, and presto, the check's been deposited. Hawthorne Bank has the big bank convenience with small town roots. So if you want a friendly, quick, and convenient service in a hometown bank, go see our friends at Hawthorne Bank next to Troby's on Plaza Drive.
All right, 7:55 to go here, third quarter. Cats get a touchdown on the wide receiver pass from Colby Knowles to Brayton Tarwater, and the Cats get it to within 9. So 7:55 to go, 22-13. The Cats trail in this one, getting ready to kick it off. So that's a big extra point right there, as that makes it a 2-score game still in this one. Cats need to get a stop right here. You don't want to let Odessa get that score right back. And that goes out of bounds, and it'll be Odessa ball at the 35-yard line. So 7:55 to go.
That was a 10-play, 65-yard touchdown drive. Took just a little bit under 4 minutes, or a little over 4 minutes off the clock. But that was a drive that we needed. We needed that extra point as well, obviously. But you got to be happy with the way the Cats responded on that.
And this gets decision time.
Odessa wants him to re-kick it.
I've never seen that one before.
I'd kick it out of bounds again.
No, you know what I would do this time? Now I would drill it off of one of their up guys. 7:55 to go.
But notice, look at their front line. Their front line is all hands guys, which is unusual. Normally you don't have that.
You almost wonder, too, is just keep kicking it out of bounds.
Well, you get a 5-yard penalty each time, and so the next time it's out of 40.
It would be interesting. Little game of cat and math. So Atkinson going to drill this one deep back at the 15-yard line. 20, 25, 30, right up the middle they go. Runs into his own defender at the 39. He was tackled by Cade Kale on that one.
Riley Ray, the senior, with the kickoff return. From his own 15, takes it across the 35.
So out of all that, they still got their 5 yards back. It'll be their ball at their own 40. Or no, 39. So they gained 4 yards on the penalty. So ball from their own 39. Melizzi in the backfield behind Myron. 2 wide receivers set off to the right side. And they're going to go in motion. And right up the middle, Melizzi goes. He's down at the 43-yard line with 7:40 to go. Crazy thing about if Odessa was to score here, it's a two-score game right now. It will remain a two-score game unless Odessa went for two. Could make it a three-score game, would make it 17 points. But it'll be a 15-point contest if they were to score. Wide receiver left, wide receiver right. Myron in that pistol formation, Melizzi behind him in the backfield. They're going to look to pass. He's going to throw it on the sideline. That's DeBron out there. Stays on his feet and gets down to about the 31-yard line.
Take it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
So ball at the 31. Big gain for the Bulldogs down to the 31-yard line. Cats gave him quite a bit of cushion right there. If he could have had another half step right there. Good quarterback, though. As you've seen Myron, he's throwing before he gets into his cut, so no chance for reaction from the defender. They're going to hand off Melizzi, and he's going to get a couple and be hammered down by a host of Cats. Jacob Hoisel finishes it off. Gain of about 3. 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. So 2nd and 7 coming up. 6:25 to go here, third quarter. Cats trail 22-13 in this one. Wide receiver flanked way out to the far side. Nobody out there on him. And now they're going to hand off for Melizzi, and he's going to get another first down to about the 21-yard line.
Between the tackles once again, takes it to the 21-yard line.
So ball the way down to the 21-yard line with 6 minutes to go here in the third.
It's third down and short, third down and a yard from the 22.
So wide receiver left, wide receiver right, pistol formation. Myron going to throw, and he throws high for his target, incomplete. It'll bring up third.
For number 11. That's Cade Kale, the senior tight end.
Oh, they did not get it, so it'll be a fourth down coming up.
So fourth down, fourth and less.
Didn't realize it was fourth down there. Just need about a half yard here.
Yeah, and they're bringing in their big units. Same thing that they did. They're running off. They're always running off the right side, and they're going to follow. Well, this time they've set up off the left side.
So here we go, and up the middle for the first down, inside the 20 to the 19. So it'll be a 1st and 10 down to the 19. So 22-13 the score with 5:44 to go here in the third. Bulldogs are driving. Cats turnover is their best friend right now if they could get one. Melizzi back in there behind Myron. Wide receiver flanked out right side. Going to go in motion with Kale. They're going to follow that blocker of Kale. And Melizzi's inside the 10, stays on his feet for a first down and a first and goal. Down about the 7-yard line.
Takes it down to about the 7-yard line. On the stop, number 56, Jacob Poisel, the senior linebacker.
So 22-13, 5:15 and rolling here in the third quarter. Odessa just powering down the field on this drive. Both teams are trying to pull it out here and pound it down to the other team's throat in this third quarter. Here we go. Myron going to be chased out of the pocket. Still being chased. He's going to throw back of the end zone, incomplete. Now bring up 2nd down and goal.
Number 31, Jackson Nelson, in the back of the end zone.
So 4:54 the clock stop.
Attended by number 2, Braden Tarwater.
So 22-13, big series of downs right here, Gary.
Yeah, you'd like to obviously see him get another stop, maybe pass, and make it third down. You know it's probably 4-down territory for him, but they may kick a field goal because that would make a difference in the type of what we would get, but still we're going to have to score a touchdown and a field goal. That'd make just two touchdowns. So
here we go on 2nd and goal. This time they're going to hand to Melizzi, and he goes into
I
the
thought
end
he went
zone.
down.
Melizzi refusing to go down. Takes it
Touchdown for the Bulldogs. Makes it 28-13. Extra point coming up.
Conversion coming out.
And here's where I was talking about that decision time now. Gary, it looks like they're going to try to go for two here. because if you get 2 now, it makes it a 3-score game. Or it could stay 28-13. It stays at a 2-score game. And they're going to go for it here on the 2-point conversion. They go that jumbo formation. They've gone to a couple of times, just follow those blockers. They throw it in the flats and complete for 2, and it's a 17-point game. 30-13. We'll be right back.
Every team has the same characteristics, including having each other's back. That's the motto the team at Schroeder Chiropractic lives by. With 2 chiropractors, 3 therapists, and an amazing office staff, they got your back. They will take care of your aches and pains and have you feeling like new in a warm, family-friendly environment. Schroeder Chiropractic has the community's back as well, being actively involved in bright futures in Harrisonville youth sports. Whether it's aches and pains or getting involved in the community, Schroeder Chiropractic has your back.
All right, welcome back. Cats now trail 30-13 in this one, and this is buckle down time. If you're the Wildcats, you got to score here and then start getting stops as you're down by 3 scores, 30-13 after the 2-point conversion. I had mentioned it before. They may go for 2 to make it a 3-score game, and that is what they did, and they were able to get the 2 points and make it a 17-point game. Johnson set to kick it away. Deep kick taken by the Cats at the 10, to the 20, and up past the 25 to about the 29, and that's where the Cats will take over. Cats have shown they can move the football, and that's what they need to continue to do here in this one. Plenty of football still to go, still about a quarter and a half left. 30-13 the score.
Coming in for the Wildcats.
A couple of plays loom large in the second half. That missed extra point made it a 2-score game, which caused it to turn into a 3-score game with the 2-point conversion. Wide receiver to your left, to your right, under center, and they're going to hand off for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get to the outside.
There's a hole.
Coming back. Saw one right at the edge. So that'll be coming back as Reynolds came to the near side here. So this will take it back 10 yards. It'll be first and about 18 for the Cats, back at their 21-yard line.
I didn't say anything.
Don't. So here we go, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Under center is Riley in the I formation on first down and long. This time they fake the handoff. They're going to go into the flats and picked off. River Riley just threw it right at the defender. And it'll be first and 10 Odessa. I mean, he telegraphed that one, and that is a turnover. And this can quickly become a 24-point game here in the third quarter. And again, this is like, I think this is going to be the same play call they tried out of the onside kick. They're going to try to go into the end zone for 6 to DeBron on the near side. Pistol formation. Nope, they're going to go up the middle with Melizzi, and Melizzi's going to have it close to a first down.
Nothing fancy, straight to the middle once again. The big fullback, number 44, Luke Melizzi.
4:10 to go.
Takes it to about the 12-yard line. On the tackle, number 13,
You know, I talked to one of the Warrensburg coaches. We'll get to that in just a minute. Second and 1 coming up. Wide receiver flank near side here. We got a whistle and a timeout called.
Official timeout call.
So it'll be official timeout on the field. Not sure why. But he had told me Warrensburg, and it was like 52-14 or something was the final score of that ball game. He said they beat themselves. He goes, we had 5 turnovers in that ball game. And Odessa, that's just they're just capitalizing on turnovers, and that's what they're doing right here is teams are beating themselves when playing the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs are capitalizing on it. So 2nd and 1 coming up. Melizzi behind Myron in the backfield. And Melizzi's going to have a 1st and goal down to the 5.
Number 44, Luke Melizzi, takes it down to about the 6-yard line. Change move, and it'll be 1st and goal.
So Odessa looking to make this a 37-13 game. And this is kind of like the 3rd quarter of the Kearney game. A couple of mistakes and back-to-back scores make it a 37-13 ball game, 36-13 as Melizzi goes in for 6.
For the 6 points, conversion coming up.
So extra point coming up. They're going to kick this one. So 36-13, our score.
Johnson to kick. Riley Ray for the hold.
Low snap, kick is up, kick is no good. 36-13, our score. We'll take a timeout.
This is Gary Davidson, and if you're looking for an honest, reliable heating and cooling company, look to where I look, Sherwood Heating and Cooling. Owner David Vogt has 25 years of industry experience and has been in business the last 10 years in Garden City. They are a Carrier equipment dealer and can provide ductwork, design communicating equipment, and thermostats for new homes. Not to mention servicing all makes and models of furnaces and air conditioners in the Bates, Cass, and Henry County area. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a more efficient equipment like me or need something repaired, give Sherwood Heating and Cooling a call at 816-862-6610.
All right, welcome back. Your score now 36-13. Cats trail in this one, and the ball's rolling down the hill right now, Gary.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, you know, it really started running down the hill whenever after Odessa scored the touchdown right before the half with 2:30 left. Got the wasn't an onside kick, but the hard kick into the front line. They recovered it, went down and scored another touchdown, and then came out. And we came down and scored a touchdown, but then they have scored since. So
this one is kicked into the end zone.
Ball bounces into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
The first and 10 from their own 20 for the Cats coming up. 36-13 our score. Cats have got to get a score here and then just start chopping wood at that point. If you get a score, you're down 2 scores. Be 36-20, and you're still down by 16. So 2 touchdowns, 2-point conversions away from tying the ball game. But then you have to start getting stops. And Odessa, they've been driving, but they've been driving on short fields, Gary.
Well, yeah, the last time that they started was on the Harrisonville 21. The time before that was at the 39. I mean, it's a lot shorter field than you would like to have them start out at. So
first and 10, Cats from their own 20. 3:21 to go in the 3rd quarter of this MRVC West Championship contest. Odessa in control right now. Riley under center. And he's going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds goes nowhere. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and goes down, brings up 2nd down and 10. And started out gangbusters, did Reynolds, and he has not been able to get much going since then.
He's back under 100 yards because of a couple of losses that he's had. So
2nd down and 9 coming up. And here we go. Hand off to Reynolds. He gets to the outside. There's a hold, and that one's coming back as well.
The 25, the ball carrier, Jace Reynolds. He's pursued out of bounds. Penalty flag is thrown in the backfield of the Wildcats.
And this is, Gary, I said it at halftime. I talked about it. There's been a couple of bad 3rd quarters by the Wildcats this year, and they're having another one right here in a game that was within reach at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, and I talked about it last week at the very end of the game, and then talked about it at the very beginning of the game tonight. They were going to have to play somewhat error-free ball, and they've not done that. I mean, they've had way too many errors to be able to continue to compete tonight, as far as at least for the first over 2.5 quarters.
So second down and just outside of Peculiar for the Wildcats. They throw it out in the flats and overthrow the target, Pesic, and it brings up third down.
Number 41, the sophomore here to the near side, that's Joshua Pesic.
So 3rd and 22 coming up for the Wildcats. In the shadows of their own end zone here. 36-13 the score.
For the Cats, 2:24 to play in this third quarter from Memorial Stadium.
Jacob Poisel is not in there. I just noticed that. They're something maybe with his finger. And here we go on third down. A delayed handoff for Reynolds, and he runs right into a defender there that was waiting for him. And that'll bring up a fourth down.
Sophomore ball carrier. He'll be wrapped up about down on the outside by number 18, Carter Westerhold. Senior linebacker. So 4th and long for the Wildcats.
And the Cats are going to have to punt it away here.
Ball's on the far side of the 9-yard line. Punt formation will be shown.
Knowles out of his own end zone here on 4th down and 20. He'll get the punt away, low liner, and it'll roll, be picked up on by Ray at the 40 to the 30. He's knocked down, and again, a short field.
Around the 40-yard line, taken inside the 30. We're going to be 1st and 10 for the Odessa Bulldogs. But out by a host of tacklers.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Wildcat 30-yard line. So, I was going to say, Jacob Poisel not in there in the middle of that defense, and he has been a key cog in that defense, and he is not on the field right now. And they go right up the middle and attack right where he would be. Brings up a Melizzi with about 8 yards. Reminds me of Hardin. Remember the running back from Odessa a couple years ago, Hardin, that played football, had never played before, hard-nosed runner, and that's a lot what Melizzi is.
He's leaving the stadium, it looks like.
2nd down and 2 coming up.
Firing again out of the pistol.
And he's going to hand to Melizzi, and he's going to have a first down to the 20.
Puts the hat down, grinds his way to about the 20, close to the first down marker. On the stop, the lead tackle for the Wildcats, number 55, Carson Graff, the senior defensive lineman.
Not a signal for a first down yet. 3rd down and short here with 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cats could use a turnover in the worst way here.
3rd down and short.
They go in motion, and there's a whistle. A false start for Odessa, which is a break for the Cats, makes it 3rd down and about 6 now. Obviously, for Odessa, you got to figure they're in 4-down territory at this point in the game. So coming on a 3rd down here, 36-13. Feels like moments ago it was 22-13, Gary.
I love a pick 6 right here.
That would be just what the doctor ordered. They got DeBron on the far side. They got the back Kale off the end here. He's kind of gone in motion to be that extra lead blocker as a tight end.
And they're going to let the clock roll to the 4th quarter.
So that'll be the end of the 3rd. We go to the 4th. Cats trail 36-13.
Every broadcast team has to look good. The 4T's crew is no different. That's why we trust C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing to outfit us for each broadcast, offering full-service screen printing, embroidery, promotional products, banners, and more. They can take care of you. When you're looking for a company to make that next shirt, stop looking and call C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing at 660-885-2447 or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
All right, fourth quarter coming up from Memorial Stadium. Cats trail 36-13, and they need a comeback a la Oak Grove several years ago. Gary, I think you were probably here for that one as the Cats came back in a frantic fashion in the fourth quarter. It's third down at about 6 coming up.
But it starts right here. They've got to stop them here, and they'll probably go on fourth. And so we need two good stops.
So third down, pistol formation. Myron has Melizzi, and he's going to go to pass and throws it over the target, and first down to about the 12. And Westerhold, he has hit about 5 or 6 different receivers tonight. Myron has been on point. I want to welcome one of our great new sponsors, Excalibur Contracting. Mike Johnson, the owner. If you look around the grounds and you see the great manicured lawns, you look at all the different things around town that they have helped do in this community. Mike Johnson and Excalibur Contracting, they can take care of anything that you may need done at your house as well. So give Excalibur and Mike Johnson a call today. Here we go on first down and 10, and Melizzi is going to get it down to about the 6-yard line. So 36-13 the score. And second down to about the 6. So Bulldogs looking to punch this one in, make it mostly academic after that, if they can get a score here.
Sherwood 26, Jasper nothing.
Just heard Sherwood lost 47 games in a row, and they were winning 26-0. It's going to be a party in Sherwood tonight. And up the middle they go. Melizzi, touchdown. Bulldogs. And it is 42-13. Extra point coming up. So 9-point game has catapulted into a 29-point game.
The number 6 to Hull, Briley Ray. Number 15, Wade Johnson.
Try to make it a 30-point game here. Kick is up. Kick is no good. And it's 42-13. We'll be right back.
Looking for a new modern style place for your wedding? One that won't break the bank? We've got good news for you. Harrisonville's newest event space, the Uptown Event Space, is now booking for events for the holidays and next year. Located across from the Old Cass Medical Center, there's ample parking and space for your next big party, complete with private rooms for the bride and groom to get ready, a kitchen area, and a full catering available. It's time to go to Uptown and book your next event today.
All right, welcome back. 10:43 to go here in the ball game. 42-13 is your score. Odessa just imposed their will here in the second half.
Well, since 7 minutes in the second quarter, they've had 5 series. Every series is ended in a touchdown. I mean, when that happens, you don't win many ball games. Our last 5 series have been whenever they kicked off to us, then the end of the half, touchdown, interception, and punt. So
10:43 to go here in this one. Cats trail by 29. Taken from their own 5-yard line to the 10, 15. Looking for some running room. A little scatter play there. Tried to find a seam up to about the 19. Percival on the return.
Warriors Bulldogs. 10:36 left to play on this one.
10:36 to go here in the ball game.
Wildcats have it at their own 20-yard line. Ball between the seams.
we talked about wanting to get more of a balanced attack tonight, and I almost feel like we kind of banded the running game earlier.
We did.
When we had some good chunks after that series where they stuffed us on the goal line. It's been more pass heavy. This time they hand it off to Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get to the outside, nowhere to go, and then he falls down at the 14. He's going to lose 5 on that one. So going to bring up second down and 16 with 10:15 to go here in this one.
Second down, 15 for the Wildcats.
So under center is Riley. Lone back in the backfield is Reynolds. 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Fakes the handoff, and Riley goes over the middle. Had to get rid of it quickly. And incomplete. Going to bring up third down.
Number 35, Bryce Palmer, the junior linebacker, on the blitz. Intended.
So third down coming up for the Cats. Trying to look at some scores. Excelsior Springs leading 35-14 over Pleasant Hill. So third down and 16 coming up. Grain Valley up 21-0 over Ray South. That was the last time we saw on that one. Smithville up 21-0 on Kearney. So rolling down some more scores here on a third down as the Cats bring the team to the line of scrimmage.
The line the Cats go.
And go on third down. Riley going to have to roll out. He's looking for somebody. He's going to chuck it. And he's got his man for a first down all the way up to the 36-yard line.
Pass is caught.
That was either Tarwater or Knowles. I think that was Knowles. So another reception for Knowles all the way up to the 36 on third and long. Lincoln Prep up 28-21 on Summit Christian. That's a game of 2 8-0 teams, and that has a lot of implications on the Class 4 District 8 up north.
That was Colby's third reception for 109 yards.
Cats go with that 4 wide receiver set. Throw it over the middle. Percival, and incomplete. Malizzi was right there. Brings up second down and 10.
Intended over the middle on the seam, throw to number 13, the senior. Running back, Bryce Percival. So falls incomplete.
Trying to go through some more scores here as I scroll down. Grandview up 21-16 on Platte County. That's one to watch as well. So there's a lot of scores out there that this Class 4 District 7 could be all jumbled up after this one, depending on who wins and who loses. Try to get some more scores for you. So second and 10, I formation they go back to. They're going to hand off for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get to the outside, switches hands, gets up to the 39. Going to gain about 4.
Pursued out of bounds at about the 40 is the sophomore Jace Reynolds.
So Reynolds is going to make it after first down, so it'll be third down and about 6.5, 7.
4 yards on the play on the sophomore carry, Jace Reynolds. Pigskin up to the 39-yard line. Action here on the
Van Horn is still up on Pembroke Hill, 16-13, and then Oak Grove is up 20-7 on Warrensburg in the fourth quarter of that one.
You know what I'd love to see? The way they're pursuing, I'd love to see hand off and have Reynolds come this way, give a reverse back the other way.
They're going to look to throw. Riley throws it deep and gets his feet tangled up down there. Incomplete. Intended for Tarwater. So bring up fourth down. Cats sent in the punting unit with 9:07 to go.
Wildcats and punt formation will be shown as the punting unit comes out to the field of play. From the 39-yard line of the Wildcats, Matesville will show punt.
So 42-13 the score, 9:07 to go.
The senior back to receive.
Knowles gets a good punt off. It's going to bounce inside the 25 and roll. It's going to roll inside the 15, and finally the Cats pin Odessa deep with 8:54 to go here in the contest.
Other than the one that they got on the 1 yard line, this is the deepest they've had them.
So Odessa starts from their own 15 with 8:54. to go here in quarter number 4. About 8 minutes to go in the third. It was a 22-13 game. Cats were looking to try and get the ball back, and there's just pounding forward.
That's number 38, Ethan Erlob, the senior. He'll be wrapped up by number 22.
Erlob with the carry makes it second down and about 2. But, you know, it was a 9-point game. Cats could get a stop there, could make it an interesting game of it, and instead they were able to drive and score and get a 2-point conversion, made it a 17-point game and a 3-score game, and since then it's kind of ball rolling down the hill for the Bulldogs. Under center, or I shouldn't say under center, but pistol formation. Another handoff is going to be good for a first down up to about the 28. So that'll move the chains. Cats getting into it. I think it was Keegan Rowe there, got his helmet popped off. I think that might be a personal foul on the Cats. I think Odessa, not the help they need, as that one is walked off. I didn't really see what happened in there. So it'll be a 1st and 10 up to the 42-yard line for the Bulldogs with 8:11 to go. So ball at their own 42 for the Bulldogs with 8:11 to go here in the 4th. Cats trail in this one. It'll be interesting. I'll be following along with Misha tonight and see how the district will shake out. As I'm telling you, if we got a timeout on the field, if you go to our district standings, we were 5. Van Horn was 4. Grandview was 3. Grain Valley was 2, and Warrensburg was 1. If Warrensburg loses, Grain Valley wins. And if Grandview wins as well, that may slide. If there's a possibility that it bounces all the way, Warrensburg bounces all the way down to the 4-5 game against us, we would flip from 5 to 4 even with a loss because we beat them head-to-head. I'm telling you, it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Cats could host a district game next week, which would be crazy.
It would be.
But nevertheless, there are crazier things that have happened. I tell you, Cats had a good fight in them. Just a couple of little mistakes here and there.
Yeah, the score is really not indicative of really how the game has gone as far as the way the Cats. I mean, the mistakes is what has made the score what it is.
Absolutely. I will argue with anybody that wants to tell me that Odessa is 29 points better than the Wildcats. I just haven't seen that out of it tonight. Very good football team, have scored a lot of points this season, but at the same time, the Wildcats have had their chances in this one. So 2nd down and 5 coming up. Ball just outside of midfield at their own 47 for the Bulldogs. 7:20 to go here in the contest. Myron in the pistol. Mosey behind him in the backfield. He's going to hand right off to him, and he's going to barrel forward for about 3 more.
Number 38, Ethan Erlob, the ball carrier.
Going to bring up a 3rd down. So the things that you get to see, like, after plays, it was kind of funny. I try not to laugh there, but Norris Vance on the block, and I'm pretty sure he was on DeBron. And DeBron, he's given up about 8 inches to DeBron on that block and was trying to get off of him. As he comes off the field, he was like hands up like he wasn't doing it. It was a pretty good one. Third and 2 coming up. Pistol formation from midfield. And they're going to hand off right up the middle for a first down.
Number 38, Ethan Erlob.
So Erlob with the carry. Down to the 43-yard line.
Norris Vance. Number 22, Carson Crowley.
So a
Vance making his first stop tonight. So the chains move.
first down down to the 43, 6:15 to go.
Inside Wildcat territory. Officials wanted the ball to the 43-yard line. Ball between the cents. 6:11 and rolling up to play in the contest.
My wife texted me at halftime and asked me the score of the game, and I told her what the score was. I said it's going to be a close contest though in the second half. We'll get to that one after this one. Pistol formation as they're going to hand off again to the outside this time and into the secondary to the 20. One man to beat to the end zone is Heitman. Make it 48-13.
Touchdown Bulldogs. Conversion coming up.
So 48-13 with 5:49 to go. Extra point coming up. Extra point coming up here. So with 5:49 to go, Odessa has made this a 35-point game with the extra point coming up. The kick is up. The kick is good. 49-13. We'll be back.
Atkinson Funeral Home and Cremation Services have been serving families in the area since 1929. The Atkinsons take great pride in being members of the community. They will soon graduate a fourth-generation Wildcat, and with this kind of commitment to Harrisonville, you know Atkinson Funeral Home will be there for you. As always, they are proud supporters of the Harrisonville Wildcats.
All right, welcome back. 49-13 the score.
Wait a second. Sorry. I didn't know we were on. The clock is running. I know it's a running clock, but the clock shouldn't be running right now.
I think they changed that rule.
Well, they changed it after a couple of games ago because it hasn't been. It doesn't start normally until they kick off and until it's in play.
Well,
it's like running when it's a timeout.
Bulldogs to kick off.
So 4:20 to go in this one. 49-13 the score. They kick it off. Cats going to take from their own 5 to their 10 to the 20. Sonic kick return contest still in play. $130 Sonic gift card if Colby Knowles can return this one to the house. All the way down to the 42-yard line. Renee Mayer was thinking Sonic right there, $130 worth. That just means it's $140 next week. So sign up for the Sonic kick return contest if you like Sonic. You could have some Sonic. Is it free? That's almost like free Sonic for life right there, $140. That's a whole lot of Route 44s at happy hour. So Cats ball down to the 42-yard line. I formation, 2 wide receivers set to the far side. Under center is Riley. On 1st and 10. They're going to pitch it to Reynolds, and Reynolds tries to cut back, and he's cut down. Good open field tackle right there by the Bulldogs. Sims with the tackle. 2nd down and 11. Ball to 42. You know, Jace had a great first half, but it's been right around the 100-yard mark.
A great first quarter.
Yes. And Odessa made the adjustments and is able to slow him down. Here we go on 2nd down. Reynolds tries to get to the outside, finds a seam inside the 40-35 and out of bounds, and then thrown out of bounds. And a flag is called right there. Ray knocked him out of bounds. And I like the sportsmanship there, though. After he did it, he realized, he patted on the helmet, said sorry. It was quite a ways out of play there, and that'll tack on what was a 10-yard run, I believe. That is a Troby's Maytag Home Appliance Center first down. Think Troby's first when you think home appliances. So this one will move it down farther. I wish I had my headset off because I've been listening to somebody over on the Odessa side holler at people most of the ball game. And that's all well and good at a college or a pro game, but there's a ton of kids here watching. You're not setting a great example for people. So here we go. Riley to throw. He throws it over the middle for Knowles down to the 5-yard line. First down, a 13-yard gain. First and goal down to the 6 with 2:20 to go.
First and goal to go for the Wildcats. Officials front of the ball, the 6-yard line, ball between the Saints.
So with 2:16 to go, 49-13 the score. So first and goal. Reynolds and Pesic in the backfield. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Riley under center. He's going to hand off for Reynolds, and Reynolds goes nowhere. Going to bring up second down.
And off, straight up the middle, will be brought down, but at the line of scrimmage by 1. Number 63, Garrett Sims. Senior defensive lineman was 25, Jace Reynolds, the ball carrier.
So second down coming up for the Cats with 1:45 to go. Cats trying to punch one in here late. 49-13 the score. Riley gets the play from the sideline. Going to bring it in with about 15 seconds on the play clock and 1:30 on the game clock. So 49-13 the score.
To the line.
High formation for the Cats from the 7 of the Bulldogs. And Riley looking to throw. He rolls out, still looking, and finds Pesic at the 1, and he couldn't haul it in. Going to bring up third down with 1:05 to go.
Intended for number 41, Joshua Pesic.
And I like what I see out of River with his rollouts, and he's starting to look around for receivers. The game's starting to slow down a little bit for him after getting back into action. You know, he had that out injury for a couple of weeks, and I feel like he's getting more comfortable. I like the mobility in the pocket.
I do, but the one thing I would like to see out of him is occasionally tuck it and run.
Absolutely.
Because that gives you one more threat in the backfield that they don't have to account for, or they've got to account for.
So third down coming up. Riley throws
touchdown.
For a touchdown on the far side. I believe that's Bryce Percival.
Score with 25 seconds left. Number 13, Bryce Percival.
So Percival with the touchdown. We had a whistle on the play.
They were stopping the clock because it put them back within under the 35.
So 49-19 the score. Extra point coming up from Kennedy Atkinson with 20 seconds to go in this one. This touchdown brought to you by our friends at Young's Tire and Wheel Center. The touchdown of the tires. Kick those old tires to the curb. Young's Tire and Wheel Center. 49-19 the score. Back to a 30-point contest. Extra point coming up. And that kick is up. That kick is good. And it's 49-20, your score. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
One of the scariest things to do is to take your car to a mechanic. No reason to be scared when you have the best mechanics around right here in Harrisonville. Colby and the crew at Colby's Car Clinic are all ASE certified mechanics with the latest equipment to keep your vehicle running smoothly year in and year out. So don't be scared. Go to Colby's Car Clinic and take the fear out of getting your car fixed. Give Colby a call at 816-380-3000 or go see them in the big blue building behind O'Reilly's.
Anybody that's listened to a broadcast over the last 3 years knows one thing. I'm not about moral victories, and I'm not about participation trophies. But I will say the Cats have scored 20 points tonight. Odessa had only given up 42 points the entire season in their previous 8 games. The Cats have put 20 on the board, and it should have been probably at least 35.
Oh, yeah.
So positives to definitely come out of this ball game as you head into district play. Fair catch at the 36-yard line for the Bulldogs. And they'll just have to kneel down, and that'll pretty much end the night with a kneel down. 49-20 is our score with 24.6 seconds to go in this one. Cats have made it a valiant effort here in the fourth, did not give up. They kept fighting, drove down on the Bulldogs, and were able, and they go to the victory formation here, so they're just going to have to kneel it down one time.
Bulldogs line up in victory formation. And they'll take the knee.
So there is the knee, and that'll end the game. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with your post-game show brought to you by our post-game headquarters, Forged by Fire. Head over to Forged by Fire for a post-game appetizer and celebrate the Wildcats as they have a 4-5 season. We'll find out where they play in the next couple of hours as we are awaiting that. So final score to here, 49-20. Again, want to thank our new sponsor on board, Mike Johnson with Excalibur Contracting. Excalibur Contracting, they take care of the grounds around all the schools. So you see those perfectly manicured lawns at all their schools and the grounds. They take care of those. They do community service all over town because for them, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. You are always a part of this community. Thank you to Mike Johnson, Excalibur Contracting, some of our great sponsors of Wildcat football. We'll be back.
Event spaces come in all shapes and sizes. Finding the one that is just right can be a hassle. Not anymore. The Dickey Cottage is perfect for those extra large family gatherings, birthday parties, baby showers, and more. With a large kitchen to use, a giant dining room for everyone, and a living room area with a big screen, there is sure to be room for everyone to relax and feel right at home. So the next time you need a venue that is just right, call Sonia at 816-925-0588 and book your date today. The Dickey Cottage, the venue place.
Insurance doesn't have to be a bad word, especially when all the insurance you need is under one roof. Auto, commercial, life, health, farm, or crop insurance, they have you covered. With a lineup like that, they are sure to be the team covered. So instead of dreading a call to get an insurance quote, call the team that will line up with the best of them. The team at Stafford and Stafford Insurance, located on Commercial across from Holland's Auto Sales.
It's happened to all of us. We buy new tires and a week later we run over a nail. Good news, buy your tire at Young's Tire and Wheel Center and you get free flat repair for the life of your tires. Have a bad tire and need a replacement but you don't want to break the bank? Young's can help you with that as well, with a huge assortment of quality used tires. So when the time comes for new tires or a replacement, go to the shop that Harrisonville trusts on South Commercial, a stone's throw from Forged by Fire.
When Forties needs tires, they call Young's. Yes!
Hi, I'm Lacey Dominic.
Hi, I'm Cameron Chenoweth with American Family Insurance.
And as I was saying before I was cut off, I'm Lacey Dominic with Shelter Insurance. As you can see, we're both competitors off the field. However, since we're Harrisonville alums, we both still love the Wildcats and this community.
So if you're looking for hometown insurance from a hometown agent, give me a call, Cameron.
No! Give me a call at 816-380-2700 for a shelter insurance quote today.
Or for the best quote, give me a call at 816-380-3996 for an American Family quote. We know you have options, so we want to team up to give you the best options in insurance.
There is only one place in Harrisonville that you can see every Wildcat game, home or away, on the big screen. That's at Forged by Fire. If you're unable to make the journey to the game, stop in and watch the game with fellow Wildcat fans. Check them out every other night as well during the week with nightly specials and a full menu that is sure to make your mouth water. Forged by Fire is Harrisonville's premier restaurant. And remember, it's your Friday night Wildcat headquarters before, during, and after the game.
What is greater than 1? 2! That's right, now Show Me Auto Mall has 2 locations to serve you, one in Harrisonville and the north location in Belton. Chances are, that means the quality of used vehicle you are searching for is going to be at one of their 2 locations. With several financing options available, Show Me Auto Mall will get you in the vehicle you want without breaking the bank. So when it's time to trade that vehicle in, go see the gang at Show Me Auto Mall and let them show you the Show Me difference.
All right, welcome back. Final score 49-20. Cats fall by 29, and not too many times you can go in a 4-score game. You think, oh, wow, one team really dominated the other team. I can go back to 4 plays in this football game and tell you the difference in this football game. You get stopped on goal to go in the first quarter. Onside kick in the second quarter. Interception on your own 20 in the third quarter. And then another – there's a fourth one. I didn't come up with the fourth one right off the top of my head. But bottom line is right there's 3 big ones in this ball game.
Yeah, and, I mean, it got out of hand real quick. It really, again, I think the turning point was in the second quarter, the end of the second quarter when they scored. They kicked off, and you mentioned that, and they kicked it into the front line. It went off the front lineman. They recovered it and went down and scored. And there was at that point in time, after they had scored, they only had about a little over a minute and a half to go in and score that. So I think that was the turning point. Even though we came out and we scored a touchdown, they came back and answered from then on, and we weren't able to do that.
And I also think that missed extra point or blocked extra point too comes into play, because that changes the complexion anyway. Goes from an 8 to a 9-point game. It makes it a 2-possession game. Then the 2-point conversions come in, and it just gets out of chaotic. Anyway, you're listening to the Postgame Show brought to you by Forged by Fire. Head on over to Forged by Fire for a postgame appetizer. Celebrate the Wildcats. You know, it's been a wild season. They were 0-4. They bombed themselves up to 4-4, and then they fall tonight to 4-5. All kinds of chaos going on in our district, and we'll get to some of those scores here in a couple of minutes. Final score here, 49-20. I know Gary's got some stats to go over here in a couple of minutes, but I saw some positives out of this ball game as well. They were able to move the ball, and if you just cut down on those mistakes, this is a totally different game tonight.
Yeah, and I said it last week, and I've said this, I think during the third quarter. I said it last week, said at the beginning of the game, one of the keys to the game with me was they were going to have to play near perfect ball, and if they did that, they would be able to, I think, bring out a win fairly easily, but, then you get a few mistakes, and then it just starts rolling downhill. And I think they're going to be able to clean up the mistakes. Looking forward to, next week, the first game of districts, and see who we're going to get and see where we're going to go, and then kind of go from there. I'm going to run down some stats real quick. I'm not going to go through a whole lot of it. We ended up with 313 total yards. They ended up with 417, so they only went 100 extra yards. A lot of those were hard-pounding yards, obviously, by Malizi. And then we were led. Reynolds had 20 carries for 106 yards. Knowles had 4 receptions for 121 yards. Tarwater had 2 receptions for 38. And Reynolds had 1 catch for 22, and Cecil 13. We had 3 touchdowns. All 3 were receptions. One by Knowles, one by Tarwater, and one by Percival. Knowles was a 60-yard touchdown reception. Tarwater's was an 18-yard reception, and Percival was a 7-yard touchdown reception. All thrown by all thrown by River Riley, and then the 2-point conversion. No, I'm sorry. I'll back up here. I was thinking of the 2-point conversion. 2 of them were thrown by River Riley. The last one was the other one was thrown by Knowles to Tarwater. That was the 7-yard touchdown reception. The second touchdown we scored. So that's they took over the time of possession on us, but that's all the totals we got.
So we will run down a couple of things here. Number one, I'm going to go with my max effort player of the game tonight, brought to you by Max Ford of Harrisonville. None other than I'm going to give it to Colby Knowles. 4 receptions for 121 yards, a touchdown pass, and a touchdown reception on the night. None other than Colby Knowles as my max effort player of the game. Teammate of the game, brought to you without the fanfare from Harrisonville Insurance teammates Lacey Dominic and Shelter Insurance and Cameron Chenoweth of American Family. Give them a call for a quote. My teammate of the game tonight, I'm going to give it to Jace Reynolds. You know what? He's been the workhorse all season long. They leaned on him in the first half. He was 100 yards in the first quarter of that ball game. Stayed right around the 100-yard mark. the rest of the game, couldn't get anything else going traction-wise in that as they started keying on him. But Jace has been our teammate of the year for the Wildcats. Couple of these games, I don't know that we win this year without Jace Reynolds. And even he had 350-plus yards against Blue Valley Northwest, a game the Cats probably should have won. That being said, I also want to send out congratulations to the Sherwood Marksmen. They won 42-0 tonight. Talk about a way to end a 47-game losing streak. They thumped Jasper tonight 42-0, and the losing streak is over. I don't know if anybody saw the story about their principal, Brian Himes. I actually know him personally from Clinton. His brother and I used to be roommates years ago. Brian challenged their quarterback to throw a full court pass into the basket at the other end of the gym at a pep assembly a couple of weeks ago and said, "I'll buy the entire school donuts if you do it." And the kid made it. It was a viral video, went on KCTV5. So he put the video out on Twitter and said, "Hey, would somebody Lamar Donuts, Krispy Kreme, somebody want to donate some donuts?" Lamar Donuts stepped up immediately and said they would do it with the meme of their own and said, "Well, you ought to be lucky that you didn't wish the kid a Lamborghini." So Lamar Donuts donated 500-plus donuts to Sherwood for them to have it, but glad to see them get off the schneid, so to speak, get a win, and make it the 47-game winning streak all for naught. Guys, I'm going to tell you, our district is going to be a jumbled mess come an hour from now. Grandview is beating Platte County. Grain Valley won. Van Horn is getting beat. We got beat. And Warrensburg got beat as well. So Warrensburg has been the number 1 seed in that district the entire season. If they lose and Grandview holds on, there's a possibility that Warrensburg drops all the way to the 4 line, that Van Horn maybe even pops up to the 3 line, and then the Wildcats jump to the 4 over Warrensburg because they beat Warrensburg. I don't know that that'll happen, but it could be chaos in Class 4 District 7, and we'll have to figure that out over the next couple of hours. If anybody's wondering, who's going to win or who's going to go where, just go to Misha, go to their website. You can get on and see the seedings as they update them almost momentarily after they're done. So we'll see where the Wildcats are next week. We know we got a football game somewhere, and 4Ts will be there. So I want to thank everybody for our regular season. It's been a blast. I know I missed a game. I know Gary missed a game. I know Larissa and Jerry were here every week, so thumbs up to them for having perfect attendance in the regular season. But nevertheless, your final score tonight, 49-20. The Cats fall to the Odessa Bulldogs, fall to 4-5 on the year. Districts is next week. Hard to believe we're already into district play. Seems like yesterday we were in Liberty North for a jamboree, and here we are at the end of the regular season. It always goes so quick. For our videographer, Larissa Lamb, for Jerry Forschler, our producer, and for Gary Davidson, I'm Chad Grammer saying good night from Harrisonville. We'll see you somewhere next Friday night.